Wilson is going to take a seat. A good time for the Wildcats to pound it inside. They're going to be real small in the middle here. So Malloy with the ball. Looks Sarah Reed in the middle. Reed guarded by Howard. Back to Malloy. Malloy down to Fritcher. Fritcher drives. Heavily guarded by Nahazel. Looks like they're going to get a jump ball. Jump ball. So it's going to be jump ball goes to Springville. Springville with the ball. Point guard bringing it up. Grace Mattis, the sophomore, looks over at Howard. Howard checking things out, guarded closely by Sarah Ashley. Over to Nahazel. Nahazel looks, but Malloy there with the defense. Pass to the corner. Oh, it looks like a carry, but they called Nealman. Nealman looks like she's carried it, but they said the defense got a hand on it. Springville doing a very good job of being patient. Finds a wide open look to Molly Stamp in the middle of
All right.
layup. Wildcat ball.
We're
live. We're live. Yeah. High five. Here we are.
Right.
So
I'm never gonna let Tim Cronin use our equipment again.
You're not in.
He's out.
So
unless,
Wildcat ball.
unless one of us are here.
Yes. Yes.
You got the lines.
So we've got 11-6. 5:08 left in the second quarter. Want to apologize for the technical difficulties. We're finally back. I've been calling it for the last 8 minutes of game time while just in case we're recording. For those of you that have stayed with us or just catching on here, it's 11-9. Orioles are up. Started the game 2-0 us 4 minutes into the game, and then it's just been a score fest.
Yeah, so 11-9 with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, so apologize if you missed the first quarter.
They didn't miss very much anyway. So
yeah, if it's just 11-9.
Darn near. We're going to tie it up here, and then it'll be 0-0. It's like the beginning.
All right, so we got Tessa Malloy's got the ball, and she drives and puts it up and misses the layup. And Lauren Wilson's going to – or you got
Yep, I got Springville. Wilson gets the rebound, and she decides to take it herself all the way down. She only took a seat for about 30 seconds. They want to leave her in there, Card. Wilson shoots a three. She's a lefty. Just missed, and just want to point out Wilson hit a just over the half-court line at the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. Yeah,
nice.
At the buzzer to a three-pointer from the Oriole beak.
Nice.
Which kind of an amazing shot. I don't want to give credit to anyone, but it was a nice shot.
Luck. All right, so we got Lily Kramer's going to be at the top of the key. She gets it over to Tesla Malloy. Malloy bounce passes it to Reed at the elbow. Back to Tesla. Tesla with the three-pointer. Hits the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Springville.
Yeah, and it looks like Stamp's got the ball up to Nealman. I talked a little bit earlier. They have one senior. Air ball, Springville. Rebound by Wildcats. They're going to get Wilson on the reach. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been looking at their starting line or their roster. They have one senior, Kirchman, and
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen her
I
in the
don't
game
even know
yet.
that she gets to play.
Yeah, I don't think she
that's
gets in.
35. She's sitting right there next to
So
the
they
coach.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freshmen.
Yep. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sophomores.
Yeah,
So
they were
very young
last year.
team.
Yeah. So Lily Kramer's going to bring it up to the front court, gets it over to Sarah Ashley. Ashley gets it down into Reed. Reed's looking, gets it back up to Malloy at the top of the key. Tesla drives, kicks it to Kramer. Kramer's going to drive. Looking around, there's a flash by Fritcher. They miss. Sarah Ashley, wow, nice little stop and pop there. Like that.
Great shot by Sarah Ashley. So Wildcats tie it up 11-11 here, 3 minutes left. Springville continuing. Wildcats sitting in a kind of a 1-2-2 defense zone. And
nice
there's
steal by
Fritcher.
Emma Fritcher. We did the last game. Well, we didn't do the last game. The last game was last night, but we did the game last week, and Emma Fritcher had one of her best games, 16 points.
16 points. I remember that. Maybe we're good luck for her.
I'm hoping she picks up where she left off here. So Tessa Malloy's just standing out there. I'm not sure if she's got a dead ball or what she's trying to do. Nobody's guarding her.
Looks like they're saying, go ahead and come guard us. You want to
it's
stay off us?
11-11. All right, I guess. Well, the thing is, chances are of them coming out of it. Looks like they're doing a box and one. Oh, no, I guess they are.
No, they're playing man, but it's a soft man on one, and they're really.
And there's a nice bounce pass to Sarah Fritcher. Nice shot. Didn't shoot it with quite as much confidence, I don't think, as she shot with the other night.
No, and that one, when she's about, Fritcher likes it about 8 to 10 feet in, and right there was about 15.
Offensive rebound there on with the Orioles, and they put it back up. So that's
Springville gets that Nealman.
Yeah.
Nealman's their tough scorer, it seems to be. She's got the ball in her hands always.
So, yeah, it looks like it's man-to-man. Tessa Malloy drives, kicks it to Sarah Ashley. Sarah Ashley, three-pointer misses.
And it looked good out of her hand, Karth, and it didn't look good off the rim, but it looked good out of her hand. Wilson with the ball over to Nealman, and Nealman puts up a shot. There she is. Nealman with her 6th point of the game, 15-11, Orioles up 4.
Hey, there's Rob Grizzly Adams Pangburn over there in the crowd. See walking up there.
Oh, yeah. I'm working on it. Mine's not as manly of a beard.
We'll have to tell him we talked about him. So we got Lily Kramer driving, and she's gonna take it in, and then she kicks it to Fritcher. Fritcher gets a pick by nice Sarah Reed. Nice screen for Fritcher, and Fritcher shoots that with her left hand and banks it in. I like seeing that.
And she has a great left hand, Karth. You know, I think the other night, half of her buckets were on left-handed shots. Anything down low, she's got good court awareness, down by the rim.
Yeah, for sure. There's a shot by the Orioles, missed.
Tessa
nice
Malloy with a good rebound.
Malloy, she's going to come up, and she's got the And that's where you just got to stop
Keep
and
it
let
in your right hand.
Let that girl go by you. That's exactly what she wanted to do.
That's what in basketball you yell, wolf, wolf, wolf. She's behind her and stealing it. So.
That's silly.
So Wilson with the ball. She drives in,
like
and they're going to call her for a charge.
3 travels, but we'll take the charge.
I'm okay without calling the travel.
Because that's her second. That's their second foul on her. They've got 3 team. Well, it says 14 fouls, but somebody might be standing on the
someone
bench.
sent on the bench. So 14 fouls. That's Wilson's second.
Yep.
And Wilson kind of
she's going to have to go out. Yeah, she's
Wilson
averaging 18 points a game, I saw. She's averaging 17.9, and then Morgan Nahazel's averaging 15. So those are the 2 big scores there.
But Nealman at 5.8, she's the one that seems to want to shoot tonight. They must have told her, we want to see you shoot.
So Lily Kramer. Travel, Briley Brooks just checked in and took 3 steps before she dribbled.
Well, and sometimes your brain goes faster than what your body is. So, that happens, but, she needs to get her wits about her. She plays great defense and good ball control.
So they are doing, looks like a 1-2-2 here. Earlier in the year, they did a lot of 1-3-1, and sometimes I wouldn't mind seeing them go back to that a little bit. I just really like
clogging the middle.
Yeah, Emma.
So a 3-pointer by number 20, Mattis, the sophomore. That was a deep 3, 18-13, 9 seconds left.
Wildcats need nice here if they can get a basket. There's a tough shot by Sarah Reed.
Heck of a shot.
Handoff by Lily Kramer. Took 2 dribbles to the free throw line and kind of had a girl in her face, and she drained it.
Nia Howard was all over. In fact, I thought they would maybe call a hands check foul there.
Yeah, she was kind of.
So Wildcats are going to, being down 5 and down 3 is a big difference going in the halftime. And I really think when you're 1 bucket away, it just feels a lot different. And so that put us within 3, 18-15. We'll be going into the halftime. If you look at the scoreboard, I see 6 points for Grace Mattis, 6 points for Savannah Nealman. And I said Nealman has been the one with the ball in her hands. And then Wilson, number 23, she's not up there, but I believe she has 1 bucket.
She had
maybe
4, I think.
4.
She had 4 points,
So we're playing great defense on her. I would imagine that the second half you're going to see Springville try and flash her across the free throw line. Because in that 1-2-2, the middle is what's open.
For the Wildcats, Sarah Reed has 6, and Fritcher has 4. So there's 10 of the 15, and then it looks like, Sarah Ashley had that little pop and stop.
Yeah, heck of a shot.
And I'm not sure
and
who had the other one.
Emma Treidle's got a couple buckets. I know she has some
free
throws and a bucket.
Okay. So, again, we apologize for we had just a little technical difficulty getting things rolling here. But I think
why don't you go over the stats there? I'm going to go use the restroom really quick.
Okay.
Add to the technical difficulties.
We didn't get a chance to talk much about kind of a preview of the game. But coming into tonight's game, the Springville girls are 10-2, and the Wildcats are 6-7. And as I mentioned, I thought everybody was hearing this, but they weren't. These 2 played earlier in the year. It was 46-33. Central City was in the game the whole way, and then right at the end, Springville kind of took charge of the game, and so it was a pretty competitive game. And then kind of going from there, the like I mentioned, the Orioles, what they've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games straight. Then they hit a buzzsaw and they got beat by East Buck, and then they got beat by North Lynn. I don't know that these stats are totally up to date. They were supposed to play Mac Valley on the 17th, and I don't have any results, so they could actually have another loss. I'm not sure if they got beat by Mac Valley or not, to be honest. I don't really pay that close attention. But the Wildcats, just talking a little bit about the Wildcats here, and for the Wildcats, we got Sarah Reed, who is the leading scorer at 13.3, and then Emma Fritcher's at 9.3, coming right in there behind her, and then Tessa Malloy's at 8.6. And I'll tell you what, if Emma can have the nights that she had the other night, that's really going to help the Wildcats, because she gets a lot of buckets or a lot of attempts around the bucket, and you didn't see it, but earlier in the year she was a little inconsistent with some of those shots. I mean, considering the shots that she got opportunity to knock down, and she just wasn't knocking down some of those easy shots. So it was nice to see her get her career high the other night. Who was that against? East Buck.
East Buchanan,
It was a good game. So, really coming into tonight's game, you look at the Wildcats 6-7, and Springville's either 10-3. I think they might have gotten beat by Mac Valley the other night. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they did.
So, everybody's thinking, oh, yeah, this is going to be a blowout. But the Wildcats have really improved, They got off to a 0-3 start. Then they won 4 in a row. Then they've lost 1. Then they kind of hit a little buzzsaw. They got beat by Mac Valley, East Buck, and then a real close game at Edco, 53-55.
And I'll add, Mac Valley and East Buck are two of the best teams in the entire conference.
Yeah,
and you think about it, like, when you do that, and, like, I was at the Mac Valley game as well, and going into the fourth quarter, we were down 5. So against one of the top teams, we were in a 5-point game, and then East Buck was the same way. Think about third quarter. They dominated the third quarter card.
Yeah.
And then the fourth is when we fell apart. The same thing happened 2 nights in a row.
It was about.
And you run out of juice.
And really, East Buck, we were pretty competitive for about a quarter and a half right there. Then the fourth, and then we just kind of, like you said.
And they only lost by 9 points.
And it was between, I think, North Lynn and East Buck are in the top, because I think both of them have beat Mac Valley. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, Mac Valley, I know going into the game we played, they had 1 loss, and I think most they have is 2 losses. So we're playing tough teams, and we're playing tough teams well.
Yeah, I mean, and if you were to go back here and look, we lost Central Elkader. We were ahead of that game, and then we ended up losing that by 12, which is kind of a distorted there. We did get handled by Marquette Catholic. They definitely were better, but that night Ratliff and I did that game, and we couldn't get an offensive rebound if our life depended on it in the first half. And I can't remember exactly, but out of those 54 points, I bet you 14
were offensive putbacks from
16
them.
points were in the first. That's how they were able to stay in the game or get ahead, is because of and they have a couple big girls, and that
Karth, let's talk. I want to talk about that. So we have 1 senior on the roster.
Yeah.
And sometimes this, when you see those little things, those are little things that maybe you don't have a lot of
experience at,
experience.
And those earlier on, and we to credit to the girls, they came back in the second half and did a phenomenal job. And hung with Marquette Catholic there. But we've had some close wins, and we've been competitive in games, and that's all you can ask for. If those people that have listened to us, this is a first-year coach, so kids learning his system, and then also new kids getting more important roles. Not that they didn't play last year and have an important role, but
more minutes. Definitely more minutes.
And then 2 new players with Sarah Ashley and Tessa Malloy. So I think
we lost a lot of seniors last year.
Yeah, definitely.
We lost a lot of experience on the court, and you get in those close games. Think about this.
Yeah.
Give those close. Give us more experience with a 5-point game.
Who was taking the shots last year when it was a close game was Maddie Trital. None of these kids were probably taking those. Now we've had some of these close games, and it's like, oh my God, now I have to take that shot.
Yeah, they're like, where's Maddie?
She
graduated.
Yeah, so they're getting things figured out, and you and I both made a comment also at East Buck. We were down at halftime by double figures, if I remember right.
Yeah,
and we
probably
were just
around 15.
And we were just like, you got to come out. We had a take care of the basketball. Turnovers killed us. And to give credit, those girls came back and got it down to what, a 6-point game? 6-point game.
In the quarter, and we gained 10 points on them. And that's kind of, you notice right here, Carth, at the beginning of this game, you didn't, you were trying to get stuff ready, but we're not turning the ball over.
Right, and that's a big key.
We're not turning the ball over tonight.
Yep. And, now it's just a matter of, I think we've talked in the past, it's just like better shooting and stuff like that, Do we have a bunch of messages here?
Yeah, let's see here.
We got Keith Knights from Florida.
Let's give some shout-outs
All right.
here. Cody Ratliff says, let's go. I agree. And then Keith Knight, I am from Florida, watching the video.
That's Sarah and
to you guys.
Nick's uncle.
Oh, nice.
I met him. He was
Uncle Keith.
Yeah, Uncle
Thanks
Keith.
for listening.
Yep.
How do they? There's probably not an accent in Florida, right? Like, I don't know. I don't have anything.
Hopefully, there's no video tonight. This is just audio. So if you were looking for video, we don't have that because Springville's not. They're not. Unless, I don't know about Springville.
Keith said he's watching it.
Oh.
So I think they're tied to it. So I think if you're on FHS, you actually have access to it through Springville. So
the video is on NF. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So for those of you,
Connie, I'm not. That name is familiar, but I can't remember. Somehow she's related to somebody. I'm not sure.
So Connie, if you are listening, if you go to our website, there's also NFHS. Yeah. So.
It's a subscription,
And for those of you that are coming in and listen.
We should mention we do have it's an NFHS. It's a subscription that you can pay for. Yeah.
Well,
and I think
you know what's interesting, Keith? I'm glad you pointed out. Keith put out, however, there's no voiceover. So when we're at home, we plug in our video to our audio feed.
Yep, to our Wildcat
Here
Sports
we are
channel.
Separate. So even though the NFHS is the same here, we aren't plugged into it.
Yeah.
So I think our audio will be ahead of the video. So it'll be a little delayed.
Yeah,
so the good news is, if you want to listen, Keith, I apologize. You're gonna be ahead with the video. So, anyways, so it looks like we got an error here. I hope.
Well, hopefully everything's.
If you're out there still, we're having a lot of troubles here today. I apologize. If you're out there, Cody, Keith, Connie, if you guys would send us a message, if you can still hear us, just checking it.
Or if you can't.
If you can't, it's all right. There's 50 seconds left here of the half. Yeah.
Just so we do have this NFHS thing, and it is a video option to watch football games in the fall, and then any game in the
basketball or volleyball that's in our high school.
But again, it's a paid subscription, and then the nice thing is that if the other school has the NFHS, you can also watch that. So tonight, since Springville has that, but like we've said, we've made it. We're high tech at Central City.
We are high tech. We tie in our audio.
We tie in our audio because we do provide this YouTube channel, and we're high tech. And
their camera's right there. I could see it, but they don't have any video.
Yeah. So if when you do watch it at Central City, you will get audio. It'll just be like watching TV. Yeah. And you have the great announcers.
All right. Well, Carth, here you go.
All right.
You get to start us out. Wildcats are going to have the ball here.
So Wildcats are going to start. If you just joining us, it's 18-15 at halftime. We've got Fritcher and.
There's going to be a wide open layup.
Yeah, there we go. Sarah Reed's going to take it in.
And one.
And one.
I like that.
Garth,
high five on that one.
I do like that.
Nia Howard with the foul.
Sarah Ashley's in the starting lineup, and Tesla Malloy, Sarah Reed, Emma Fritcher, and Lily Kramer are the Wildcats that are out there for the start of the second half.
So they cleared out, let Sarah post her up, and there was no one between Sarah and the basket.
I know they do. They have some good out of bounds plays, like on those side out of bounds.
Heck of a shot by Sarah and one, and then she finished
like
it with the three-pointer. Tie game.
That's what we need.
So Springville with the ball, and the Hazel in the corner, guarded heavily. Finds Lauren Wilson. There's Wilson with the little jump shot. She's good. We got to recognize her.
Yep. Orioles are coming out in a little bit of full court press, but it looks like it's just man-to-man. So if we just get the ball here to our, that's
kind of a matchup.
Wilson,
press,
stay out there on top and pick up that third foul.
let's hope that. Yeah, Wilson's guarding our guard and putting a lot of chest and hands on it. She's not afraid to maybe get her third foul.
They're going to call. They're going to call. That was a moving pick.
On whom?
Sarah Ashley.
Okay.
Pretty sure. She was.
But no one went to the storage table.
Yeah, what they call it? They call it carry or something?
Oh, they called 5 seconds.
Oh,
they called 5 second
just
call.
Stand up there.
So Nealman's got the ball. She's going to pass it over to. I got to get my roster here. Over to Mattis. Mattis over to Howard. Back to Mattis.
That's
Nahazel.
Yeah, now Mattis.
To Mattis. Mattis in the corner, and we got to recognize her. She can hit three-pointer. There's Howard, the freshman. Very, very speedy girl in track. Over to Nahazel. Shoots it, misses it. Fritcher with the rebound. Bumped by Nealman. Could have called the body. Wildcats are going to have numbers.
Yeah. Tesla didn't get it up the floor like Ashley was open up there, and they could have maybe done a give and go.
Get in there, Lily.
Lily Kramer, nice shot from the elbow. Got the ball, dribbled to the elbow, pulled up for a two-pointer. So it's 20-20, 6:32 left in the third quarter. Yeah, so
Springville's going to have the ball. They're going to continue to pass it around the three-point line, and there's Mattis with another three-pointer. We got to match up on her. That's her third one of the night,
I'm guessing she's probably one of their leading three-pointers. Mattis and Nahazel. Mattis is shooting 32 and Nahazel 35%. There's
Wildcats
a steal.
Are going to get a steal in Springville. Missed layup by Wilson.
Now let's go.
We're going to end up with numbers here out of this.
And
she's going to take it to the hole.
I knew they were going to. That's where.
It's one where you're going to just give it up or drive to the left
Fritcher
side.
should have kicked it or taken a crossover and go with the left hand there.
So we had 2-on-1 and Fritcher.
Twice now, and we haven't been able to do anything with it.
Yeah, Nealman takes the charge. And
you know, little things, we're good. We're good. Little things like that, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Connie. All right, perfect.
We're loud and clear.
I'll have to tell her that you're listening. There's a rebound. And
shout out to Owen Hall, too. I see Owen's here. Owen, thanks for listening tonight, buddy.
Wildcats get the rebound, and there's going to be a foul, and I think that should be on.
Hopefully Wilson.
It's either going to be Mattis or Wilson. Yeah, it's Wilson, I believe, isn't it?
23. Yeah, it's going to be her third. There we go.
Yep.
She gets her third foul here with 5:34 left. She's going to have to take a seat.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And, like we said, she scores 18 points a game. So
Wildcats have to take advantage of that. And there's the inbounds pass into Sarah Reed. She gets it. Nice little dribble there and pulls up for the shot. And Wildcats are going to take a timeout. So it's 23-22, and we need to talk about Next Bank. We haven't really had a chance to do. We've been kind of skipping
catching
on our
up.
Next Bank is our sole sponsor for the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel, and we do really appreciate everything that they've done for us here at school, and we'll talk about them more. But Next Bank combines the values of a locally owned, independent Eastern Iowa community bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So, Cart, the Wildcats are down 1, 5:30 left here. I like where we're sitting. We got Wilson in foul trouble. They're leading the score. I tell you what, like, our defense has been doing a nice job. We got a spot up on Mattis.
Well, and we talked about it. We were able to stay in there in that first half is we weren't turning the ball over. And
steal by Sarah Reed.
Yeah, Sarah Reed. But we've had a couple turnovers here.
There's a reach. You got to call that on the Springville Orioles.
Yeah. So shot missed by the Springville and rebounded by the Orioles.
Nealman's going to be called for foul. I believe that's her first.
Sarah Reed with that rebound got it up to Tessa Malloy, and then Malloy was fouled as
we
she was
gotta
getting ball front.
abuse that matchup of Nia Howard and Sarah Reed. Sarah's.
And now
they're going to be a hold on Springville.
No, they're going to talk. Yep. Yeah. They're going to call Mattis.
Yeah. They
just
got their hands all over them.
4 fouls.
Second on Mattis.
4 quick fouls here on the Orioles. 23-22 with 5:19 left in the third quarter.
Oh,
so
nice. Sarah Ashley's open. Ooh. We
Malloy
get the ball in bounds.
Misses that, and gets a bounce pass to Reed on the baseline. Oh, and there's a nice cut by Lily Kramer. No good.
Look at that rebound by Sarah Ashley.
Sarah Ashley, the smallest girl out on the floor,
court
gets the rebound,
rebounding.
goes up, and it's going to be a foul on, was that Nealman? 22, so that's her second. So we got Grace Mattis with 2 fouls. We've got Nealman with 2 fouls, and we've got the leading scorer for the Wildcats, Lauren Wilson, on the bench with 3. So Wildcats are going to be one more foul, and they're going to be in the bonus.
We need Sarah to knock down one of these. She missed the first one. We'll see what happens here in the second one. It makes it. We tie it up. Come on, get in there. Missed.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take advantage, so it's still 23-22 with 5 minutes to go.
Nealman got the ball down to Nahazel. Nahazel almost
travel.
She hooked.
Travel, or then she passed it out of bounds.
Passed
so
out of bounds. So
this is what the Wildcats. This is what the Wildcats have to handle right here. Is we're in a full court press.
32, Lily Clark, freshman. Haven't
and
seen
she's
her
pretty
yet.
good in volleyball. I called that game.
She looks tall.
See, the Wildcats got to get open here. We got to get the ball in bounds.
Yeah, Clark is tall, but you know what? Once again, freshman.
Yeah.
You know, we got to take advantage of this. I think Sarah Reed is going to be
tipped out of bounds. That's okay because now we're going to get the ball on the side up there.
Yeah, should have it by
it's
the half-court line.
A little better area to.
Well, Springville wants to play that man-to-man. They just want to get up and disrupt your dribbling.
There's that pass. Oh, Sarah.
Fritcher
Emma's got to be strong. Oh, there it is.
Wide open.
Emma Fritcher dribbled the ball, lost it, went to the Wildcats. Lily Kramer, and then Emma cut to the basket, and Lily just gave it right back to her. So
wide
there was
open.
a little miss up on defense.
So
there.
Wildcats take the lead, 24-23, but then we give it right back. Wide open layup by number 24, Molly Stamp.
Yeah, we got to get that defense going here. So we got Tessa Malloy into the front court. She gets a pick by Lily Kramer, didn't use it. There's Sarah Ashley. Then she's going to drive, and they're going to call travel on her. She acted like she was going to shoot, and then she decided not to.
We've been hesitant like that. You know, Lily's done that a couple times where she went to pass, and then she just had to throw up a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're looking to pass instead of score, but
yeah.
So Nealman with the ball, surveying where Wildcats are playing, staying in that 1-2-2 zone. Actually, we're in a box and one now. Kramer is all over Mattis. I like that idea. Nealman goes up. She's blocked.
Okay, here we go.
Somehow Wildcats get the ball back.
And Lily Kramer gets it into the front court over to Malloy. Malloy's going to hit Sarah on a curl, and then a nice bounce pass to Fritcher, and Fritcher tries to shoot it from her knee. And that's going to be a block for Springville. I think Fritcher should have just kicked it out. There was a girl open on the baseline, so she could have at least maintained control.
The girl that blocked it with her elbow down below her because she's shooting it from one knee.
Shot it into her.
You could see Emma smirking a little bit like, what did I don't know. That's all I could do.
Get it in.
Fritcher in to Reed.
Into Sarah Reed. Sarah Reed gets it into Lily, posted up, and then she bounce passes it over to Fritcher. Fritcher's no good. They put Wilson back in.
Fritcher got a lot of contact on her.
And then
Howard loses it.
And then the Wildcats get a steal as Malloy needs to get it up the floor to Sarah Ashley over to, get it, Emma.
Good hands by Fritcher.
The ball was shot and
blocked.
What
a shot by Fritcher.
Kramer shot it, blocked by Wilson. It goes to Fritcher, and Fritcher gets her body under control and
How
puts
did
it
she
in.
make that? She did like a pirouette. Looked like a ballerina and somehow got it. There's her body control. Great job.
Oh, that was...
They're going to call Sarah Ashley with the body, and I don't know.
That was close.
That's out on the Orioles' head.
Yeah, that was close.
Sarah had her back to the scorer's table.
I know. She's
Howard
trying
was
to take
going
a
out
charge.
of bounds. And
this is not a bad idea. And, Howard's a freshman, but just didn't work. So I don't know if we're in that 1-2-2 or just an extended 2-3.
Yeah, they kind of, Mattis is out now. Well, there's Mattis. She's on that side, but we were
and
in a box.
Nahazl. They need to know where Nahazl is from the outside. Wilson's going to.
Wilson throws in a bank shot, three-pointer
for her. Jeez. So that's 28-26 with 2.5 minutes to go in the second, in the second half, third quarter we are.
That's terrible.
And there's a pass deflected, and it's stolen by the Orioles.
So Mattis with the ball, and Kramer making sure that she's not giving her an open three, but we went right back to her. Mattis is open. We cannot leave her open.
And she misses, and Sarah Reed with the rebound.
Look deep.
Get him off. We got Malloy pushing it up into the front court. And she's going to get a pick by Lily Kramer. Nothing there. Here comes Emma Fritcher out to get the ball at the elbow, and she drives, and it's stolen by Nahazl. And Nahazl goes in with the left-hand layup. So just like that, we tied it up, and now it's 30-26 here with 2 minutes to go in the third. So the Wildcats got to take care of the basketball.
Oh, and I like where we're pushing the ball wide open.
There
Fritcher.
We go.
Well,
pass
that's where
to Sarah Ashley, and Ashley finds Fritcher underneath the basket.
Wilson's got the ball, and we'll let her dribble around at three-point land. You know, here's Springville pass the ball, swat by Lily Kramer.
Nahazl, and then there's a release by Sarah. Oh, Sarah Ashley released and took off too soon and misses the layup. You gotta got a
little bit excited there and just missed the layup.
She should have taken about one more dribble.
Yeah. So Springville's going to keep trying to pass the ball around in the three-point land. They want a three-pointer. They've got 4 girls out and 1 kind of hanging out in the lane. They go in the lane here, though. And
Nahazel misses, gets her own rebound, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Fritcher.
I think
That's a
Fritcher
block
swatted
that
it.
went
Yeah.
out of bounds.
Fritcher got the block, and
Yep.
there's Emma Treidle's going to check in for Sarah Ashley. So for the Wildcats, we got Fritcher, Malloy, Reed, Treidle, and Kramer in. And Kramer's always in.
Yeah.
Let him come out, and she's a trooper, man.
Now they're going to really have to make sure they know where Nahazel and Mattis, they're both in, and they're both here on this weak side.
You can see Mattis calling for the ball in the
Yep.
wing, and she really wants to shoot three-pointers. You can tell, and there she is in the corner. Got to recognize her. Emma Treidle all over her. Good job. Didn't call foul, thank God.
Then they got to know that Mattis is, or that Nahazel. Oh, that was
there's
like
a travel.
carry.
They didn't call it, but Emma
there's
Treidle with the, looks like Emma. Emma almost got the
weak
rebound.
side rebound.
Wildcats
Emma was going to
ball.
let it go out of bounds, and Springville saved it, and the Wildcats got it. We're going to be in the front court here. Malloy gets it into Fritcher posting up. Fritcher gets bodied. Gets it.
Yeah, it's going to be called in
24.
It's going to be her first foul. That's Molly Stamp, freshman.
Yep.
So that'll be the 6th. So Karth, we're going to be shooting from here on out after this, which is good. We only got 2 fouls on us.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a nice cut, and there's
another
a push, and that's 22, and that's her
Nealman.
third foul. Yep.
Well, Nealman's been their player tonight.
She hasn't scored
6.
the second half, though, I don't think.
No, she hasn't.
You know, she had all those points in the first half.
Yeah. Well, you got Mattis with 9, and Wilson sitting. I don't know what she's got. She's probably got around 10. And then, 6 for Nealman.
Yeah. Oh, with free throws, we need to get
Treidle
those free
with the
throws.
missed free throw, but gets her own rebound.
Misses it.
Oh, don't go over back. Oh, she almost dribbled over and back, but Springville
she lost
gets
the
turnover.
ball, and I think she lost where she was on the floor.
Right. Nahazel with the push off on Lily Kramer.
Yeah, they're gonna.
What are they gonna call?
They calling that on Lily?
I
Lily was
offensive
bodying
call.
up there.
Yeah, but Nahazel had her arm out.
Oh no, they called that on Tesla Malloy. I didn't.
Huh.
It must have been on the hold or something there. I
I
didn't
don't
see
know.
that.
I thought it was either an offensive on Nahazel or Lily.
Yeah, so they get the ball at the elbow, and with 20 seconds
Clark
left.
gets a jumper.
Yep, so it's 32-28. Wildcats need to score here. I feel like we've been the more aggressive team and had some looks and stuff, but we just haven't been able to get things to drop. And there's the ball into the front court. Tessa Malloy with the three-point shot. No good. The Orioles are coming back, and right at the buzzer, no good on their shot.
She had an open look.
Yeah,
and
they
I'll
had
tell
an
you what, it
open
was
look.
close. So the Wildcats are down 4. I think we'd take that given the kind of sloppy play there between both teams. We're playing good D, so are they.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you can tell from their defense is they like the man-to-man.
Yep.
They like to slow it down on offense, pass it around and shoot a 3. But then they'll drive in. They want to drive in to try and collapse the defense, but they want a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, it plays well with us because we're playing a zone, and we're a bigger team a little bit. They might be a little bit faster, but we got speed. We just need to look at the ball down low and protect the ball because they're open.
So Next Bank represents a new approach to banking in Iowa, expanded services, more technology, and increased personal attention. If you want to take your banking to the next level, Next Bank is for you. Next Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, so
here we go, Cards, fourth quarter.
It was a 1-point quarter there. They got us by 1 point, and you take away that sloppy bank shot. And we probably would have won the quarter
Wilson's
there.
got 2 3-pointers that
make
me shake my head. I mean, hey, tip your cap when they make them, but, I don't know that she meant to.
Right. So Wildcats really have to clamp down on D and really execute and get some of those easier shots that we missed to drop. I feel like we outplayed them in that third quarter.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here. Springville's got the ball first, and they come out firing and miss. Rebound Wildcats.
Yep, rebound by Malloy. And she gets it into the front court, and she's going to it's travel.
Yeah, that's going to be a travel.
Yep.
I like the idea. I like the idea, but you got to
Well, I think she should have. She
down.
committed to the drive, and then at the last minute tried to pull up, and I feel like she just needs to.
Yeah.
She should have just went with it.
Yep, I think if she would take it to the hole, she'd be good. I mean, if she tried
probably
to
draw
jump
a foul.
Stop,
Yeah.
So Springville's got the ball. They're going to pass it around. There's Mattis open, and they're going to go down low to Nahazel. Nahazel's got Fritcher sealed, and she puts in the left-handed layup, 34-28 Springville.
So this is a big possession, I feel like, for the Wildcats. We need to get something here.
Need a bucket.
Yep, we've got Fritcher is in double figures as well as Reed, and they're denying Sarah Reed, and there goes Fritcher taking it to the hole. Nice
and
move. And no, she didn't make it.
I know.
Was hoping,
it
would have been
and one.
Yep. So Fritcher's going to go to the free throw line. Nice move by Sarah. Got a pick on the wing and then drove in.
They're going to call that on Nahazel. That's her second. So they've got 2 girls with 2 and 2 with 3.
Yep. Their leading scorers got 3, and there's Fritcher with the first free throw up and good.
That's a big shot. You talked about this possession being important. We got to a 5-point game, 34-29. Big bucket here.
And there's the second one is up and no good, but Emma Treidel
she had a good effort.
Had a hand on it, but just wasn't able to get it. Yeah.
So Springville will walk it up. Wildcats sitting there 1-2-2. Mattis is going to jog the ball across half-court line. Springville really spreading out they're on the 3-point line. They do have Wilson down low on the 3-point or in the free throw line. Lily Kramer steps in and almost gets a steal.
She anticipated it and just wasn't able to execute the steal.
And then it goes to Wilson. She
misses it. Treidel with the rebound.
They're foul
just
there.
Reaching like
Emma
crazy.
Treidel got slapped 3 times.
So the Wildcats have it with Malloy. She kicks it to Treidel. Treidel with the bank, tried to bank in her own 3-pointer. Wasn't any good, and now you can call that on
Fritcher.
Fritcher or Treidel, either one. I'm not sure who they called that on.
I like Treidel hustling after her missed shot.
It looks like it's going to be on Fritcher. I think that's her second. Emma and Sarah.
Third on
that's
Fritcher,
third.
Yeah. She's got 11 points.
But at this point,
on the
you got to
too.
leave her in. Yeah. Her and Fritcher and Reed both have 11.
Yeah. So Mattis is going to walk it over the half-court line, finds Howard. She wants to get into Wilson, but Wilson's got 3 girls all around her. Howard kicks it over to Clark. Clark inside to Nahazel against Reed. No good. Wilson backs Emma Treidel in, and Wilson with the putback. So she's quickly getting up to her average of 18. She's got 11.
So Tesla in the front court, dribbling it, being, again, man-to-man, face guarding Sarah, and then just playing regular man-to-man defense. And they're spreading them out. They're trying to spread them out and get some cuts. And
I'd like to see a
good look inside to Lily, but it just got knocked out of bounds. Yeah, maybe try posting up a little
Sarah
bit.
Reed and let her
get
throw
all the
because
defenders out. Yeah,
Nia is she's not as tall as her, and she's definitely, she's quick. Nothing against Sarah.
No.
Nia was basically the 400 champ in the conference in high school as an 8th grader.
Right. There's almost a bank shot by Emma Treidel on her 3-pointer. Just
rebound by Clark Stamp. Over to Howard, over to Mattis. Mattis wanted the 3, but Lily Kramer's all over. Over to Wilson. Wilson looks like she could have got a travel or even a charge on Reed. Back to Nahazel, no good. Howard
long
with the rebound.
We're a little discombobulated there, but they got the rebound.
The Wildcats reset, or Springville resets. Wilson's in the corner, kicks it over to Nahazel. Nahazel puts it up, and
there's 3.
There's another 3 when she rattles one in.
Yep.
Wow, Springville's up 10.
So
this has been a big run here. It's time we need to do something.
And this is where, I think we lose that leadership a little bit that we were talking about. Treidel
who's going to make a shot?
Yeah, Treidel would say, hey, give me the ball or find a way to score, and we just don't have that. But hopefully between Fritcher and Reed and some of these other girls, they figured it out. And Treidel's not afraid to shoot the ball. And
Speaking of a Treidel, I thought maybe she was going to be the next Treidel. Yeah.
But she wasn't afraid to shoot it, but unfortunately she wasn't able to knock it down. And then
Howard with the bank shot.
Howard comes down and banks in a little
41-29. Wildcats just can't get in the hole right now.
We're doing everything good. We're getting good looks, just can't get anything to drop. And Lily Kramer makes a move, but we're going to get a timeout by the Wildcats. Probably not a bad deal there. We've been in this game, and I feel like we're outplaying them almost, but it's coming down to the Wildcats.
You notice we can't get the ball in Sarah Reed's
hands. We can't get it in Sarah or Fritcher.
And the way our offense is set up right now, Sarah is not able to get her hands on the ball. And
The other
if you
thing
notice, she's losing a little bit of that energy. You could see it because she's running around and she can't get the ball.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, that I'd like to see is, we're shooting free throws for every foul.
Mm-hmm.
Be aggressive. How Tesla got called for the travel.
Yeah.
Take it in and try to get the layup
lower
and
your
get
shoulder
a
little bit. If you draw contact, they're going to call it on them.
Instead of turning it over, we're shooting free throws. So that's and again, Malloy's, I think, a sophomore, and I don't know what her playing experience was before this. So just figuring things, understanding the game, and knowing what the situations are. There's just so much of that, and I'm old school, and so are you. But growing up, I can just remember every weekend watching basketball on TV and listening to the announcers and stuff. And if you ask these girls when's the last time they watched a basketball game besides what their coach tape that they have to watch, they'll be like, "What? There's basketball?"
Although some of the basketball they'd watch now
is
I don't know that we want them to watch.
Yeah. But
Let's
still,
have them watch tapes of basketball.
That's just a bad.
We had a post up at the 3-point line.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not where you want to post up, and then
Sarah's
Lily,
posting up at the 3-point line, and we throw it away.
That's just a bad angle, and I don't know. But yeah, just little things like that are things that these girls are going to learn as the season goes on, and I know the coach. There's a steal by Sarah Ashley.
I feel like that's your little basketball junkie right there. Sarah Ashley all the way the length of the court.
And she misses the layup.
I like the aggressiveness, though. She got the steal, and she took it to the hole, because that's what we need right now.
Yeah.
We got to score, and we got to score quickly.
Yep. Well, there's going to be a foul on Malloy.
Yeah, I suppose if you're going to foul, it's a good way to get one.
Yeah.
She knocked Wilson down, went for the steal, and now that puts them at 5. The problem is you don't want to put them at the line either.
No.
If you look at their stats, if I check out their free throw percentages, no, they're not that great.
Yeah.
57, 55,
that's not very good.
66. Yeah. No, so maybe putting them at the line is what we want them to do.
So we got 3:55 left. It's 29-41. Orioles have the ball right now.
Yeah, and Springville's trying to do that. They're passing around. They're basically running someone through the lane, and they're hoping to hit a 3-point shot.
That's going to be their ball is blocked by Fritcher.
I think 2 people swatted that one.
A couple Wildcats had their hands on that one, so it's
going to
stay down here.
So Springville's ball under their own basket. Nealman's looking for someone. Threw it in with about 1 second left before the 5-second. Wilson over to Howard. Howard, little unsure of what to do. Pass it down to Wilson in the corner. She's going to take her time. Into Stamp. Stamp takes a shot. Wide open. Yep. Good.
That's just the difference is they're getting a look and they're knocking theirs down, and
that's
we're getting
the part
a look.
Of the defense I told you. 1-2-2 right there.
Yeah, in that middle.
That's middle's wide open.
We just haven't been able to finish on some of our shots. So right here, this is where we need to look like Fritcher, do that high-low. That high-low really worked the other night when we were talking about East Buck. And there's a shot by Fritcher, kind of rushed it. No good. And the ball's tipped around.
And it's going to get the rebound.
Yep. 3 minutes to go. It's 29-43.
Springville, you'd think that they'd slow it down a little bit here, but Carth, they're wanting to put the pedal to the metal.
Yep, and there's another
little jump shot by Stamp.
That's
the
her
freshman.
8th point.
Freshman's got 8. She's come alive here in the third and fourth quarter, second half. So Wildcats struggling to stop Stamp there in the middle of the defense. Sarah Reed puts up a 3.
She's averaging about almost just 6 points a game, so she's just a little over her average.
I think that was a little bit of a frustration shot. She shot a 3-pointer, and it
Who's that?
Sarah. She just caught it hit the bottom of the rim and went straight down, almost looked like an air ball. And I think Sarah hasn't had her hands on the ball on offense for probably since the third quarter almost.
She's been kind of shut out. There's just a lot. There's a lot, when it's just straight man-to-man, she's just not helping. Maybe try to set some picks off the ball for Sarah and let her come into the post. There's different things you can do.
Or if they're going to front them, do what they did on that inbounds play where everybody else comes out. Yeah. You could throw it over the top.
Yeah.
And then you want to front her fine.
Yeah.
She's going to have she's going to get the ball
side.
And lay up on the no weak side help.
Though the other thing is, as far as the coach goes, and when you're playing with young players, it's hard. He can see some of that stuff. And he might be like, but sometimes you can't call timeouts every time something like that comes up. You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
And so anyway, we've got 2:35 here to
Orioles
go in
are
the
going to
fourth
have
quarter.
the ball.
Wildcats are extending their defense here. We got Briley Brooks checking in.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to play kind of a man. Well, it was like a three-quarter
man-to-man here.
Well, we're going man on one. It looks like a box in one.
Oh, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Maybe Lily was in man. The rest of them were in zone.
I know. So there's a shot by Wilson.
It worked. We got Springville to miss.
Wilson with the shot, and it was no good. And we got the rebound, and we get it up to Briley Brooks, and Briley launches a 3. And I know we need quick shots, but You know.
Well, she's cold.
Yeah, that's
you know,
the thing.
she
hasn't just checked in. But
she
anyway,
didn't catch any iron, but
now I
yeah.
think now I'm not sure. Maybe.
I don't know what you do.
Really,
One thing
I'm
I'll
not
tell
sure
you, they're
why
going to
we're
run the
just
clock.
going man to man against.
We're still in
one.
I think we're in a box and one on Nealman. It looks like.
No,
doesn't it?
look, I think I don't know what we are, to be honest. I can't tell. So
I
there's
can't
a
either.
shot.
And Springville, to
There's
the credit, is not taking advantage of that. They could just stand there.
Yeah, so there's a shot, and it's a rebound by Fritcher, and Fritcher's going to get into the front court. There's Kramer. And she gets it to Briley. Briley, take it in.
Like, how's that not a foul?
And the other thing, though,
but we didn't take it up.
But we didn't take it up strong. You know, she kind of let it fly before she made contact. And
yeah,
I don't want to be critical, but I'm just going to say one deficiency that our team has is we don't like to use our left hand on the left side, and that would be something I hope that the coach has noticed in this summer.
I still think that's a foul on Springville.
It could have been.
Because, I mean, yeah, you let it go a little early, but Wilson definitely had contact with the body.
I think now we've got a man-to-man.
Yeah, we're in man, and then Wilson
cuts.
That's
too easy, though.
Yeah, and they had a back pick, which leaves Wilson open. So
you got to talk and help on those.
47-29
Got
Wildcats.
1 minute to go here. So
what do we have at the end of third quarter?
It was end of the third quarter was 28-32, and we've scored one point until we just got a three-pointer.
Is that Briley?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Briley just
Briley
hit a three-pointer. So defensively, they clamped down, and we missed some shots,
and they scored.
Yeah.
Well, and Fritcher just got hit by Wilson on a drive. She boxes, and there's that stamp. Stamp's on fire. I think she's kind of the.
She's got 10 points. She's doubling what her season average. I guess 6. She's like at 5.6. So
49-32. Wildcats are going to call timeout with 18 seconds left. We're down 17.
Sure what this is all
You trying
about.
to get someone in?
I don't know what the heck. That was kind of weird. Yeah, just unfortunate going into the third quarter. It's 28-32. We had a 1-point third quarter. We came out of, we battled them at half. It was 15-18 at halftime.
We tripled our score in one shot.
And then now we've 32 points. You just can't have that. Against a good team, you can't have that one quarter where you score 4 points.
Unless we held them to 0.
Unless we hold them to 3.
And then we still lose because we were down 5.
Right. They just got hot. Springville started knocking down some shots. I mean, you got to give them credit. Nahazel, who's averaging around 15 points a game, has
9.
She has 9, and Wilson's who's averaging 15 or 18 points a game. She has 13. So I mean, we've done a good job of knocking down. And I guess that's what you're going to say. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with other people. And there's a shot by Briley Brooks, a three-pointer, is an air ball, rebounded, and the Orioles will probably just. Get it into the front court, and there's a foul, and I'm not sure really why you're fouling. But I guess it doesn't matter because you've only got 5 fouls.
And Wilson's out of control.
Yeah,
just let her
she
go.
was out of control.
Travel.
Just let her. So it looks like it was 6.9 seconds left, 49-32. Wildcats are down.
Noonan and Hannah Kramer are in the game now.
Oh, yeah, they sure are. Didn't see them slip in, so they're just going to give it in to Wilson, and that's going to be the end of the game here. Yep. Unfortunately, Wildcats just lost control of that in the –
So Wildcats are going to lose a tough one, 49-32. The score doesn't really show it again. Think about this. Here we go again, the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter is kind of our arch nemesis.
So that's 17 points they scored in the fourth quarter, and we just weren't able to match them. In the first quarter, we hung tight with them. At halftime, it was 15-18. We were right there. Came out 32-28 at the end of 3. It was a 13-14 quarter there.
Yep.
And then 4-17. And when you're playing a good team like Springville, Mac Valley, Northland, you've got to bring your A game, and you got to bring it for 4 quarters. And I feel like we left some points out there on that third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter. I feel like we missed some shots that if we could have knocked those down, those would have been momentum builders for our kids, confidence
Well, we had a couple
boosters.
layups.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a couple missed layups. We had a couple missed free throws.
Yeah, free throws. We didn't do stats because we were a little discombobulated to get things started here. And but free throws, I bet you weren't even 50% on our free throws.
No, we weren't. And I know Coach is going to talk about that.
Yeah.
He always definitely wants to see us do a little bit better at the line. And, that's something they'll work on in the summer.
I think Sarah and Fritcher both ended up with 11, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But they were stuck on 11 for a long time because we only had 1 point
I don't
in the
know
fourth
if Sarah
quarter.
Reed only scored one basket maybe in the second half.
I think you're right. Well, she only took one shot, maybe two.
But anyway, all right. So we will preview the boys' game here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get the boys going. Orioles come out. Looks like they're going to be in white shorts with orange trim.
Yep.
We're going to be in our red shorts with black trim. I love these uniforms for us. Nice looking unis, and I feel really good about tonight. It's going to be a tough game. I know we're anticipating a kind of a knockdown, drag-out fight here. I know Springville and Central City always do have pretty decent games on the boys and girls side, and the girls teams for basketball. In my 13 years at Central City, they've had a lot of really, really good teams. I mean, obviously they've won some state titles. Yeah, the girls. The boys haven't been quite the same in basketball, but they definitely put up a fight.
Right now they've got a pretty athletic group of guys.
They do. Their football team was pretty tough this year.
And they like to run and gun. Everybody probably knows, if you don't know, I've got family here that goes to Springville. A nephew who's playing on the team, and I had some nieces who played on those state championship teams. And just watching the guys here, I've been able to catch a couple games, and they like to run and gun. They push the ball up the floor, and they're pretty athletic, and they like to shoot threes. So it's going to be a big task for the Wildcat guys to be able to kind of slow them down. I'm assuming, and I think our guys do a great job of passing. You and I were talking about it. Sometimes they even overpass.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can keep Springville to one shot.
Yep.
And not let them, get, the rebound. I guess we need to rebound. And we got an enemy up here. You want to be on?
You mean your sister?
But we've got to really make sure that we can't let them get out and run and get that rebound and just hold them.
We got to stop that Kleckner kid. Grant. We can't let him score on us. That's Cart's nephew, and we talked about it just a couple minutes ago. And we'll see what he does with his defense. And I know I told Miss McCarthy here to be nice to Grant tonight. She's going to call the boys' side. I don't have a lot of love for Springville. I'm a true Wildcat, but I've always been a fan of Grant, and even though he is a Seattle Seahawks fan, we talked about that before.
I don't know if I told you he hurt his neck, so he hasn't been playing as much.
That's what I heard. I talked to him about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said that he did, which is interesting.
So hopefully he's starting to get a little more, get back in and getting into the rotation a little bit.
Looking at this matchup, I know last night, Carth, we had a tough one with Dunkerton. I listened to it on the radio, and I talked to some of the people at the game, and Cronin and Carlson, and I know Nick had a real tough time around the rim last night. Mm-hmm. He missed a lot of the shots that he normally doesn't.
And they had that big guy, and so hopefully he isn't missing it.
I know Nick's going to be looking at coming back. Wow, that's a chip in your neck. That's not what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Looking at a picture of Grant's neck, and
he had a chip bone in his neck.
That's
out
not supposed to be there
for about 6 weeks. So he's kind of working his way back into things.
Well, I know we've got a host of Wildcats that we really rely on. We start out obviously with Nick Reed. He's averaging 28 points a game, and then you go to Ethan Ty. He has 8.2. Patrick Wade at 6.1. Trey Orcutt at 4.6 points a game. David Warrington at 4.5. And then you got Marshall Vandevet at 3 and Keegan Kula at 2.4. And, when you look at that, 8 points, 6 points, 4 points, 3, 2, you look at those, you're like, those are a few points. We need every single bucket that we can get. And I know you just talked about the girls' game. Think about some of the kids you saw there, that Stamp girl who averages around 5, she had 10 tonight. That's the difference maker in this game tonight is what can Marshall Vandevet, Ethan Ty, Patrick Wade, Keegan Kula, David Warrington, some of those guys, what can they add? We know Nick is going to have some points. How much? Who knows? But, you can't rely on Nick Reed to have 40, 50 points himself. not even the 28.2. We really need to have a good team effort. I know one thing that Carlson was very proud of last night in that win at Dunkerton was Ethan Ty's energy level and defense, and in particular, at the very end of the third quarter, he got a steal at half court and scored a bucket, and he came back and stole the inbounds pass, almost got another bucket within 2 seconds. So in about 8-second swing, we went from being on defense to scoring and almost scoring again, and that spark, instead of us being down 6, we were down, I think, 2, or we were tied going in the fourth quarter, and Carlson kind of said the player of the game in his mind last night was Ethan Ty.
Yeah.
E-Boogie, as we call him on the radio, E-Boogie.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of talk a little bit about tonight's game here with Springville. We were just kind of touching
I just did the whole all the points for the Wildcats, and I talked about the Wildcats.
Oh, okay. Well, coming into tonight's game, Springville, I don't know if this is accurate because I don't know how quick stats and some of the postponed games and stuff, but I had on quick stats that both teams are 8-3, so I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it's pretty close.
We are.
Yeah.
I know ours is 8-3.
And see,
when I look
they have
at theirs,
some postpones, but I think they played Starmont, and I think they beat Starmont, so they might be 9-3. So anyway, but just I already mentioned they like to really run and gun and push the ball up the floor, and they're led in scoring by junior Alex Kopis. He's scoring 18 points a game. And then Rendon Wagaman, a sophomore, his first year of like a lot of varsity playing time, and he's averaging 15 points. And then Luke Menster, another sophomore, is averaging 13 points a game. And as a team, they're shooting about 46% from the field, and they're shooting 32% from three-point line. So like I mentioned, they do like to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids in double figures.
Yeah, so
three kids in double figures.
And then Kyle Kopis is at 9.4, so just another one just right under. And like I said, it can be from the three-point line, or they can really get up and down the floor. So we're just going to have to slow them down with not giving them those, Well,
it also plays into our strengths cards because, as much as we don't really have that second scorer other than Ethan, which Ethan can heat up. Cronin said last night he's like a little microwave.
Yeah.
He can heat up in a hurry. Haven't seen a lot of those. You remember last year at the Maquoketa Valley first-round game, Ethan had 6 threes.
Yeah.
And you and I know
that
is in him.
Oh, yeah. I think with Ethan this year, I think he's still trying to figure out, like, it's a consistency thing. He's got it in him to drop, 15 points a game.
Absolutely.
But I think part of it is that kind of like we were just talking about with some of the girls. He played last year, but it was like he played last year. It wasn't like, oh, Ethan, you know. And if they got points from Ethan, it was like, great, we got some points from Ethan. This year, it's we need Ethan. And I think
his defense has been fantastic. I mean,
oh, yeah,
he's done
quick,
a great job
steals
this year on defense. And all the kids, Patrick Wade, great job. He stepped in and done a great job on defense, And I think that's been the key to our team winning. It's
just, kind of knowing that teams are, the expectations and being able to knock down those shots on a consistent basis, not just step up one night and have a big night or whatever. And because, in you may have said this, in our offense, the Nick's going to get all the attention. So
someone's going to be open.
Somebody's, whether it's Ethan
sometimes
or
it's two people open. Because
Ethan or Trey Orcutt or Marshall Vandevet. And we probably should mention Patrick Wade. Patrick's having a nice season, but again, he's another kid. Last year he played a little bit, and it was Patrick got 2 points. But now this year it's like, oh, Patrick, we need you to get 6 points or 8 points or 10 points. And I think he's capable.
When we need to lock someone down because the guy's on fire and shooting, he takes Patrick and puts him on him.
Right. So
on defense.
I think Cody and I talked about it at the beginning of the year, and if you talk to Tanner, it's like, what Nick's going to bring. And even last year we talked about it. When you could get the other players, if you could get the other players, the more team players that contributed, it seemed like we were more successful than if we just had to wait, have Nick. And not that we can't win with Nick scoring 40, but I bet you if you talk to Nick, he'd rather score 20 and have Ethan Ty get 15 and Patrick Wade get 10.
Last night, if you look on the cast, they were talking about a couple times late in the game, he passed to Patrick Wade, who got a couple layups, which broke open the game.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the big key, and that those players can, now are starting to get more comfortable and understand that they need to contribute. And Nick's going to want them to contribute,
Absolutely.
So we've got 5 minutes to go in the before the tip-off, and just want to, we already talked a little bit about the NFHS and that is a subscription video option that you can get. And so you would see all the volleyball, football games, and basketball games at Central City. But then if the visiting school has that system, NFHS, you can actually see it. So tonight, Springville also has that, so Wildcat fans can be watching that. But there's no sound to it. But at our place, when we do the Wildcat YouTube
because
channel,
we're technologically savvy,
advanced,
we have our audio tied to
and
it.
so but you have to pay a subscription for that. But totally free is the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel. So we do almost all the home games, and we'll go around and do some of the local away games. And you can listen to us for free, and then you can go back and listen to it again and again and again.
We probably should pay them to listen.
Yeah, no doubt. The other thing we want to give a shout out to is we probably wouldn't have the NFHS if it wasn't for our athletic boosters.
Absolutely.
And the athletic boosters really support all of the programs, and they're not afraid to do things, and that supports the whole school. But they're great with their support, with equipment.
And their support, by support we mean financial,
and
so they pay for, but also
equipment-wise and things. We talked to them. We wanted to get a couple indoor hurdles, so when we start practice here next month, we've never been able to get any hurdlers, and we've got a couple people interested, boys and girls, but we've never been able to really do anything until like March, halfway through March, when we can finally get outside. And so we went and talked to them.
Or you do what I do, where I pull in a rug.
Yeah,
and set it in the car, and then put a hurdle on top of it.
How intimidating is that?
Yeah,
and so we talked to them about a couple indoor hurdles, and they're like, yeah, that sounds great. And the thing is, if you just tell them, it's not just for us. It's for the boys in the girls' high school, but it's for the boys in the girls' junior high.
And middle school, we'll use them.
And
our girls
so,
will.
I think they're really happy. If you look at the state of the Wildcat athletics, I feel like we're in a good position. We've got a lot of, we've got some success. The guys are, 8-3. Girls are just under 500, but they're improving every game.
Hey, you go back to 5 or 6 years ago, Carlson was showing me, we had 3 years in a row where we won one game or zero.
Yeah, and
so our girls have worked really hard and have done a fantastic job.
You have to give a
turning
credit
things
to
around.
a lot of these juniors and seniors and the girls that graduated last year. And then you look at volleyball this year, we had the most wins in a season since all time. I think they're tied. We ended up tying.
We tied our all-time wins.
Yep. Beat Springville for the first time in a long time in volleyball.
And our future looks very bright.
And football had a nice season. Didn't finish exactly the way we wanted, but considering the what we lost in the from the year before, and track, we keep getting more and more kids and events and individuals and events down to state. And so I really, in softball and baseball, softball last year, 2 years ago, they were 1 game from going to state. Last year, they were 2 games from going to state. Our baseball team's getting a little better.
And the only reason we didn't make a state because we played the 2-time reigning state champ, Key High.
At Key High.
And took them to extra innings.
Right, and I think a big part of the success has just been the willingness of the athletic boosters to support us in different, getting different kinds of get us different kinds of equipment that are going to help us be successful. And so anyway, we want to give a shout out to the athletic boosters, and they provided the NFHS, and we appreciate that and all that they do. So we're getting ready here for the starting lineups. Just real quick while I have a chance, just a few other announcements. There's a home wrestling meet Thursday night.
Yep.
And I don't know for sure, but there might be a I'm not sure who's there.
Edco, and Starmont, I believe.
And then this weekend, some of the things that don't
senior night too, by the way.
Oh, for wrestling, okay.
Yeah, but we don't have any senior
so
wrestlers.
So is it parents?
But what we do is have senior wrestling cheerleaders. So we will be recognizing the senior cheerleaders.
And then Saturday, just some things, some large group speech districts are at Monticello. So
Friday too.
Oh, Friday and
Friday
Saturday.
we play Alburnett.
Oh, I know. I'm not worried about basketball. We'll get to that.
Oh, we're talking about.
But high school wrestling, then again, they have a tournament at Anamosa, and they're going to be getting close to their districts and stuff.
Yeah,
and
we're
we'll talk a little more about that. We got to get their records. We talked about last time. And then archery, is Iowa Games archery is being held at Central City on Saturday from 8 to 5. So if you're an archery fan, or if you've know somebody who's an archer,
come over there. I'll be working at the concession stand in the afternoon. I'm going to help out because we'll have a bunch of people probably because of Iowa Games. It's an Iowa Games
that's
archery.
cool.
That's big.
The other thing is, speaking of concession stands, I know the booster clubs, the Athletic Booster Club is in charge of the concession stands, and that's where they get a big chunk of their money that they use. And they're always looking for people to volunteer to work at the concessions.
Yep.
And
it's like 2 or 3 hour shifts. So
yeah. And so I think they're doing something new tonight at Springville. They're shutting their lights off when they're doing their.
They did it. Yeah, they put a spotlight.
They're trying to make it feel like we're in Chicago with the Bulls.
Yeah, I was waiting for lasers to shoot around and be like, and now for your starting lineup.
The man in the middle. I'll do the Chicago Bulls starting lineup from when Michael Jordan played. I have it memorized.
B.J. Armstrong.
Michael Jordan, 6'2", North Carolina.
6'6".
Oh, 6'6", yeah, 6'6". I was thinking B.J. Armstrong.
B.J.'s 6'2" now. B.J. was
I love the Chicago. I loved Michael Jordan.
The Bulls back then, Michael Jordan was fantastic. I was a Houston Rockets fan and a Keem Olajuwon.
Houston Rockets?
Well, I was more of a Keem Olajuwon fan than I was but I love Jordan.
Yeah.
You had to.
Yeah.
The only people that didn't like Jordan were people that liked Isaiah Thomas. If you liked Isaiah Thomas
or Magic
Detroit,
Johnson.
But even Magic fans, I think, like Jordan.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got the Bulls background music going here.
I know, it's like, come on.
Which is good because the Bulls are no good now. So.
I know. That's what's
Bulls are no good. You should mimic them. Go ahead, Springville.
No
we'll take that. We'll mimic the Warriors, not the Warriors this year.
Yeah.
We'll mimic the Toronto Raptors last year. Or the Lakers this year. How about that?
Nah, I don't
We'll be the Lake Show.
Nah, I don't like the Lakers.
They're winning this year. They're tough.
I don't care. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not a Laker
Anthony
fan.
Davis?
I've never. Did you see the thing on Twitter between Anthony Davis and LeBron versus Shaq and Kobe? Who would win?
Oh, Shaq and Kobe would dominate.
That's what I was. Yeah.
That's not even.
I know that's so
not even
funny.
debatable.
I was talking. I think it was Keegan, and we were.
LeBron would just pass.
Yeah, I know. And who's going to stop Shaquille?
Passer, like
nobody's going to stop.
Anthony Davis isn't going to beat Shaquille. No.
Oh, it's funny. All right, so for the Wildcats, you got Trey Orcutt on the floor with Nick Reed, Ethan Ty, Keegan Kula, and Patrick Wade. And
Patrick Wade got the tip from Nick Reed, and he'll take the ball across the half-court line. They're going to be boxing one on Reed. We knew they'd have something, and looks like number 21, Kopis.
That's Kyle Kopis.
Reed inside, guys all over him, and he still scores with 2 guys on him. So Wildcats take the early lead.
Alex Kopis gets it into the front court to Luke Menster, over to Kyle, back to Menster. Menster gets it out to Kyle Kopis with the 3, and it's good.
I'm going to have to definitely recognize that.
Springville's going to be in a full-court press.
Yeah, and Reed's got the ball. He passes it over to Trey Orcutt, who gets
it
stolen, but it goes right to E-Boogie underneath to a wide-open Keegan, who missed and kicks it back out. Somehow gets to Reed. No good. Deep rebound by Trey Orcutt. Board man gets paid. That's what we say when he does something good. It's my little homage to him because he works really hard. One thing that we talk about is board man gets paid. It means work hard, do your job. And Trey Orcutt definitely is that. He's not a flashy guy. He talks about, I've talked to him, he's like, you don't want me shooting. You want me shooting layups. That's what he said. Yeah.
You know, I like the way the Wildcats, I think this will kind of be to our benefit, is that they are a little patient because a team that likes to run and gun and stuff like that doesn't like to play defense. And there goes Patrick Wade in. Misses
heck
a
of a drive by Patrick Wade. He just couldn't finish, but I like the effort.
Brendan Wagaman with the rebound over to Bryce Wilson. Wilson gets it to Alex Kopis. Alex puts up the three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Reed.
Well, and we're going to need Nick to have a big game.
Oh, that's got to be
you're going to call a charge
that
on
is
Nick
a
Reed on that.
Call.
That is.
Oh, my gosh.
No, it is not.
That is not a charge.
Not a charge.
Kopis was moving, and he was never in front of Reed.
He's following Reed right in front of their zone.
Oh, my God.
Like, that's
that was
a terrible
call. No.
Yeah.
So Orioles will have it 3-2 with 6 minutes to go. And there's Kyle Kopis with the three-pointer, no good. And there's Reed with another
there
rebound.
You go, Nick with another. He's going to push it, and he's not even going to let the defense get set up. And I'll tell you, Wildcats really, I like the idea of pushing it, and seeing what happens. Reed's going to flash. Keegan's kind of looking around. Patrick's wide open. He decides to drive, and then
there's going to be
kind of a wild
back.
throw. I have a feeling they're going to call it over and back unless they say it got. Well, that's smart. Let it go out of bounds,
But the thing is he just let them have it out of bounds underneath their basket versus if he would have touched it, it would have been out of here. But, I mean, you just got to D it up. So, it's going to be a turnover. Wilson gets the inbounds pass. Luke Menster gets it to Alex Kopis in the corner. He gets it into Bryce Wilson in the post, and he gives it to Menster. Tried to do a little give and go. Back to Wilson. Wilson is
swatted
by Reed.
He's going to try to go coast to coast.
And that's got to be a push. Yeah, there we go. Bryce actually had the steal. He kind of had a deflection, but then he wasn't able to get it. And then out of frustration, he shoved him a little bit. So each team's going to have one team foul. That's going to be the first foul on Wilson here.
Yeah,
so
we shouldn't have one. But whatever.
And Nick's got one for the Wildcats.
So Patrick Wade's going to throw it in to Trey Orcutt. He's going to take his time. Reed flashes to the top of the free throw line. Turnaround jumper.
They can't stop that at the elbow.
4 points for Reed.
Yep. Alex Kopis quickly gets it into the front court. Menster with the ball fake dribbles, gets it to Wilson for the three, hits the front of the rim. Nick with another rebound.
He's got
Nick's
4 rebounds already.
And
Nick's
they can't stop
coast
that.
To coast
Nice with the left hand.
I'll tell you what, Reed looks like a man on fire right now.
So in the front court here, Menster drives. Oh, and almost had the steal there. Trey Orcutt reaches, but they're going to get him for that reach. And
so Trey trying to get a steal there. I like it. I like his effort.
Wildcats.
Oh, Patrick's grabbing his jersey.
Yeah, that was bad. There was a miscommunication. I don't know. They should have switched, but he didn't get inside position. And
Did you see him? He horse collared him.
Yeah.
Before the ball even came. In fact, they should have called a foul before he even shot it.
Really,
because he was pulling
have.
on his jersey.
So Patrick Wade fouls Bryce Wilson in the act of shooting. So Wilson's going to go to the free throw line and knocks down his first free throw. That's going to be. It's 6-4. Wildcats are up with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter here.
Odds are he's not going to make the next one. He shoots 57%.
There you go.
So
keep your fingers crossed.
Almost 50-50. We'll see what he's got in him.
And it's good. Well, that means he'll miss his next two.
Yeah, the next two. We'll see.
So the Orioles are in that full court press.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a steal. They're playing exactly to what you said. They like to run and gun, so you could tell they're going to use their athleticism to spread out. So Wildcats are going to have the ball under. They're going to give it to Reed. Reed with a jump shot. Bounces around and no good.
Rendon Wagaman with the rebound. So he's going to come into the front court, gets it to Kyle Kopis. Kopis is taking it to the basket, but nobody wants to shoot around the rim because of Nick. They kick it out to Menster, and Menster knocks down the three.
The lefty. So Reed with the ball. He got hands all over him. He's going to look and find Keegan wide open. Kicks it over to E-Boogie in the corner.
Oh, hits the front of the rim, and then Patrick Wade's fighting for the rebound, and he gets it, and then Ethan had it. And, and they got one of the Orioles got away with a reach, and then that time Ethan Ty thought he could reach, and
Ethan got hit. Ethan got hit. They were slapping at the ball. Even if they did catch the ball, it's slap, slap, slap. They always call foul. But then
you got to watch that.
And then the ball rolls, and then they call it on Ethan.
So the Wildcats have 4 fouls, go figure, and Orioles have 1.
Well, we are in Springville.
Exactly.
Feels that way.
So Bryce Wilson's got the top of the key, gets it to Alex Kopis. He gets it back to Wilson. Wilson's in front of the rim. He bounce passes it to Rendon Wagaman, stolen by Patrick Wade.
Nice job. They're gonna hand it off to him, and Reed's got three Springville Orioles all around him. He finds Marshall Vandevat, who checks in for the Cats. Bounce pass to David Warrington, who checks in. They're gonna call David for the travel, and he made a face like I travel. Like you took 3 steps without dribbling. He gets just excited.
He does that. Yeah, he's gotten called for several travels. So Alex Kopis is in the front court, gets it to his brother Kyle. Back to Alex. Alex looks. Gets Rendon Wagaman at the top of the key to Bryce Wilson, who dribbles across the lane, gets it to Rendon Wagaman, who dribbles inside the free throw line, back to Wilson. Good defense by the Wildcats. There's Kyle Kopis with the drive. He skipped past it to Wagaman. There's a three-pointer for Wagaman.
Wow, Wagaman has a wide open look. Wildcats are going to have to check him. Kopus almost gets a foul on Reed. Reed's a lot of hands on Reed. Menster's got his hands on him, and Menster wants a foul on Reed. I don't know why. Kind of thinking the same thing. Wildcats throw the ball away. Reed with the block.
Alex Kopus didn't want to take it against Nick, and he looked for some of his teammates, and they didn't show up, and then he decided to shoot it, and Nick blocked it anyway.
David Warrington with the three-pointer, no good. Reed with the rebound. That's his 5th one of the night. Reed puts up a miss. Going to be Springville ball.
Yep. Bryce Wilson gets it up ahead to Alex Kopus, who takes 2 dribbles and tries to go for a reverse layup, and it's knocked out of bounds. Nick Reed says, not here, not right now.
I love it. I'll tell you what, he's doing all that he can right now. We talked about needing some help. You know, we definitely need some more help.
It's 6-11 with 2:28, and Nick's the only Wildcat who scored. So, yeah, the Wildcats have to get some other scoring going here. So we got Kyle Kopus is going to try to take it in, and he does a reverse layup.
There's
and it's
Nick
no
with another
good.
rebound. Nick's going to
that's got to be a foul on Menster.
Absolutely.
He body blocked him.
Yeah. Well, Menster's been on him 2 or 3 times, and they're just – I think Nick just because of his athleticism and his size.
They just let so much get away.
They let him get bodied because he's bigger than everybody, and he handles the ball because some kids would lose the ball.
Right. So there's 2 minutes to go, 6-11. Wildcats are down, and there's a three-pointer by Nick. No good.
Fouled by Trey Orcutt.
Goes up and gets the rebound.
He got the rebound. Boardman gets paid, Garth.
Puts it right back in. So now Luke Menster takes Marshall.
Yeah,
and
Van de Vet got him on the body, I think. They're going to call it on the shot.
Wow, I thought it looked like on the drive. But so 8-11 with 1:51. First foul, so that's gonna be 5 team fouls on the Wildcats, and there's only 2. And I feel like Springville's pushing and shoving it all over the floor.
I know.
So
they called
number 24
for that charge at the beginning.
Number 24 just checked in for the Orioles. Grant Glockner.
There's Grant.
We'll see what he does.
Cart's nephew. We'll see what he does. He's Mr. Defense, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good on defense.
We say that and watch he has 20.
Yeah.
Ethan Ty with the rebound.
They missed both free throws there.
Yeah, that worked well. Trey Orcutt's gonna cross half-court line. There looks like they're going to still play like a zone, a box and one.
Yeah, I think they're doing that, box and one, and I'm not sure
which Kopus is on him.
Alex Kyle, the senior. Yeah, their quarterback.
Yeah, they got the senior.
He's
Kyle
a little
Kopus
taller.
on him.
He's probably as far as between him and Grant's probably a little taller than Kyle, but as far as who's not just a skinny twig out there, the rest of them are smaller, so between Grant and Kyle's probably quicker than Grant, so Grant will probably play down low.
Well, and they're running that 2-2 zone basically with a box and one.
Yeah, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom.
I'll tell you what, that's what I do on Reed, and then you just front him,
Right.
I mean, you try to get backside help. I like that defense a lot better than some of the triple teams you see or double teams. I know Starmont ran a triple team on him, which they hold, literally hold him.
Yep.
So Wildcats are going to get the ball out of the timeout. Reed's going to get the ball at the wing. Keegan Kula sets a pick for him. He's got 2 kids on him. Passes it over to Trey Orcutt, who fakes it. Pump fakes, drives in. A lot of body.
Oh,
going to call Grant with the body, which it's interesting.
Of all the fouls that they've had, and they call that one.
So Grant
comes in and gets called.
Kind of jumped in the air and didn't go for him, and they're letting
the other reaching and hacking.
Push him and hack him, but hey, we'll take it.
Yep. So Trey Orcutt goes to the free throw line, knocks it down.
The first one, attaboy Trey Orcutt.
We got
48% from the free throw line this year, but
hopefully he gets it going.
See if he can make both of these and beat the odds.
There
he does.
Nice looking shot right there.
11-2. He's got 4.
Yeah.
4 points. That's a big 4 big points from him. The Wildcats down 1 here, Carth, with a minute left.
Yep. So Luke Menster's got the ball on the right-hand side, looks to drive, picks up his dribble. They get it to Glockner in the baseline. He gets it back to Menster, back to Glockner, who drives, kicks it to Kyle, misses. Kyle Kopus misses. That's not a foul. Jesus.
Yeah, how
I
many?
was going to say, they call that on Grant, and then there's that. Jeez, Nick.
Well, Kopus is all over him, and he knows it.
Yeah.
You see Kopus fall down. He knows. And
he had him on. They could have called him on the arm, and then they called it a block.
And Coach Merritt is shaking his head like it's not a foul. I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, it's no kidding.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
definitely with the body. I mean,
right.
he's sitting down there. I've got a better angle up here for him. Well,
so Springville's got their 4th team foul.
Yeah, so the Wildcats finally kind of getting caught up in fouls here, and they're going to keep it. Trey Orcutt's going to drive, bounce pass to Patrick, who kicks it out to Ethan, back to Patrick.
Patrick.
No good. Oh, heck of a good-looking shot. Just couldn't get it in.
Yeah, so Glockner with the rebound gets it up to Kopus. Bryce Wilson at the top of the key, dribbles around
a
Keegan,
big swat
and
by
then swatted
Reed.
by Reed. And just slow down, Patrick. Patrick tried to get it to Nick, and
Patrick, you'd think he might be trying to go for a layup, but he stops about 10 feet out and decides to find Nick, but there's trailing defense.
Yeah, so there's 34 seconds left. It's 10-11. Wildcats are down. You can go get it. Go get it.
Trey Orcutt's going to take the ball in the backcourt. 30 seconds left. Wildcats down by 1. They're going to take their time and run some offense. Ethan Tide guarded closely.
Yeah, there we
Goes
go.
into
Get
Keegan,
it
wide open
nice.
to Patrick Wade. Great pass by Keegan.
They got Keegan posted up, and he turned and hit a wide open Patrick Wade for the layup. So
Big
we got
bucket.
Glockner in the front court, gets it to Hagensack. Bryce Wilson to Glockner. Glockner's going to drive. He's going to take it against Reed, and he misses. Rebound to Wagaman. He goes up and misses.
Reed with the
Nick's
rebound.
got it. And Nick's going to throw
2,
a long
1,
three-pointer
deep
counter.
three, right off the back of the
he
iron.
had it. He was probably about from the attack line on the volleyball court.
I got 3 blocks in the first quarter for Reed, and I've got 8 rebounds, 7 defenses, and one offensive rebound for Nick. Big quarter. Big quarter from.
Well, you know what? We started off, and Nick had 6 points. It was 6-11.
Yeah.
Because it was like Nick 6, Orioles 11. And then guess what? We got 4 points from
Trey Orcutt.
And we got
from
2
Patrick Wade.
from Patrick Wade. And the next thing you know, it's 12-11. And that's exactly what we talked about. It's not Nick can't do it by himself, especially against a talented team like Springville here. One kid's not going to be able to beat.
And we know our team plays defense.
Mm-hmm.
We need help on the offensive side is what we need.
Right.
Because to be honest with you, I think sometimes Nick kind of hangs out in the middle and just jumps up in the air to go block.
Yeah.
He's got a heck of a lot of help on defense. Patrick and Ethan and
we can just
David. David is one of the hardest working kids on D.
Yep.
So
we need to get Ethan going here offensively, but that's the thing is we talked about Patrick's got capabilities of scoring double figures,
Absolutely.
And
So
Trey
Springville
Orcutt's
with the
really
ball.
coming up. So the Orioles going to start.
That's going to be a foul on Patrick.
Yep. Orioles are going to start the quarter with the ball, and they get it into Rendon Wagaman, and Wagaman goes up and is fouled.
That's a second on
Yep.
Patrick.
Then Patrick, they're going to bring him out, and David's going to go in. But I bet you Patrick's back in.
Patrick gets a little bit foul happy sometimes lately.
And Wagaman misses that first free throw. We'll take that.
And Patrick, his aggressiveness kind of, he sometimes needs that dimmer switch.
Yeah.
So
David Warrington's going to check in for Patrick for a little bit. And Wagaman's second free throw is good. And,
tie game.
Yep, the Orioles are still in that full court press.
They are.
But the Wildcat, not a
Keegan
very
throws
good
a ill-advised pass who gets stolen.
Stolen by Wilson, and they take it into Menster, and Menster throws it up and misses. And it looks like nobody. There we go.
Keegan comes away with it.
The ball was getting swatted around. It was a scrum down there.
Well, Nick's got 4 guys on him,
And
including Menster
come on,
reaching.
Those aren't reaches.
How are you not? Oh,
And then
they're
they
going to call a
call
foul
Nick.
on Reed?
Jesus.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That is a terrible call. Terrible.
There's so
he got
much
fouled
reaching
there,
going
there,
in,
there. He
and
got
then-
fouled 3 ways, and then he loses the ball. And terrible. That's a terrible call.
Well, Nick will stay in.
Nick
He
gets his
does a
second
good
foul.
job
That's
of
terrible.
playing with fouls. And now it's the bonus. It's 4 fouls on the Orioles, and that's the 7th team foul on the Wildcats.
That's junk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's times when I'm like, I could see it.
Right.
He got bounced around by Menster, bounced around by Kopus, and then he loses
He
the
wasn't
ball, and
just-
Menster sneaks underneath him, and they call a foul on
He
him.
wasn't just dribbling around, not being able to control the ball
Oh, yeah.
because he's not getting
Yeah, that was not a foul on him. I mean, if anything, he called foul on the other. Well, Menster missed the next one. Reed gets the rebound. He's going to take it coast to coast.
I wish he'd just go and posterize.
In and out. It was halfway down and just couldn't. I would love to see him go down and just hammer dunk one, too.
That's Trey's second foul. But that's the second one he got called. He got called the first time on that. So you got to know some games you can get away with it and some you can't. But here's the thing: if you're going to call that reach on us, you better call it on Springville because that's all Springville's been doing.
Well, they call a foul on Menster. Menster's down here like all over Reed, and they're not calling anything.
So that's our 8th team foul. That's Trey's second foul. So Trey's going to go out. So we've got Keegan Kula, David Warrington, Nick, Marshall Vandevent, and Ethan Ty in the floor. So we've got to kind of get our composure here. And we got to get back into our offense.
8 fouls to 4 again.
Yeah,
and it's not
run our offense. Yeah,
we have fouled maybe once more, not 4 more. Menster makes them both. So Springville's up 15-12, 7-11 left here in the second quarter. Ethan Ty inbounds up high to Reed, throws the ball away, but Reed somehow comes away with it. He's got 1-on-1 against Bryson, goes in and easy bucket for Reed.
So now we got to come back here. We got Bryce Wilson on the wing. He gets it to Menster, who dribbles to the baseline and goes in for a reverse layup.
Nice
and
shot
not
by
anything
Menster.
that Nick could do there. Keegan kind of got Nick's way a little bit. And there's Ethan Ty, gets it over to
Ethan throws it. Instead of leading him, he kind of threw behind him, and Marshall just couldn't get to it. He didn't mean to throw it away. He just got a little antsy. And
we just got to slow down, 17-14 with 6:45 left here in the second quarter. And we got
our energy level, Garth.
So Kyle Kopis gets it to Rendon Wagman at the top. He dribbles, kicks it back to Wilson. Yeah, and then there's Luke Menster, dribbles to his left, pulls up for a jump shot.
Menster right now is on fire. We got to stop him.
He's got 10 points.
So Springville's going to stay in that full court press. We're going to throw the ball away again. Springville's going to push it. Kopis looking. Go ahead, Garth. You can.
Menster is averaging 13, so he's way above his average.
Oh, yeah.
So Menster's got it. He gets it to the baseline to Kyle Kopis. Kyle, 3-pointers, no good. Rebounded by Ethan Ty. Wildcats just need to slow down and get the ball in the front court. And
there's a reach.
That's the same exact
He reached right across.
Foul.
He finally called it.
Yes, that's the exact same call. The thing that Trey Orcutt's been called twice on. And so that's just Alex Kopis' first foul, though, but that's going to be their 6th team foul. One more foul, and then the Wildcats will be in the bonus. There's 6 minutes to go, 19-14. Wildcats need to get a basket here. Patrick Wade's back in. Trey Orcutt's back in. Ethan Ty, David Warrington. I like this, and we need to do something like that.
Trey splits the defenders, goes up in a lot of traffic, and he makes a hard fought 2. 6 points for Trey. Board man gets paid. I love that. Oh,
they're trying to take it in against Nick because Nick's got 2 fouls. And
he was smart. He didn't do anything to go after him, but he couldn't stop him. Kopis scores.
I can't believe that. That's
right
not
there,
a foul.
Trey. They're all over Trey Orcutt. He goes falling out of bounds, no foul.
So Bryce Wilson has it on the right baseline, gives it to Tommy Hagensick. Tommy takes a dribble, gets it back to Wilson. Wilson gets it up to the top of the key to Menster. Menster passes it over to Kopis, back to Wilson, and there's a shot and a miss.
Rebounded by Nick Reed. That's his 9th defensive rebound of the game.
And Nick did lose that, but that should be the Wildcats because
he dribbled it
hit off Rendon Wagman's foot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they're what you thought. They're young, they're quick, they're trying to use their speed.
They got mostly juniors that have been playing since they're freshmen and sophomores, and then a senior. Ethan Ty's got it.
So Nick Reed takes it down low. A lot of contact. They didn't call anything.
Jesus Christ.
Coach Carlson is like, Coach Carlson's like, fine.
3 people
what am I
touched
going to
him.
say?
There's a cut by Kopis.
So bucket by Kopis makes it 23-16. Wildcats are still going to be pressed. Trey's got a lot of contact there. They call the foul.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to call a charge.
Jesus.
Are you kidding me?
He called the block first,
and
then he realized that the block was going against Springville. Then he changed it to a charge. That is a pathetic, absolutely terrible call. The defender never had position.
He never had his feet.
And he had the right call. Then he's like, oh, no, I think I'm going to call it against Central City.
Yeah, that's
9 fouls against Central City. Was that on Trey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey Orcutt. And
so now it's his second at least.
The kid flopped. And
yeah. That's pathetic.
Yeah. So 23-16, Wildcats down. We're fighting. We're fighting 8 guys now, not 5.
So Alex Kopis takes it to the free throw line. I'd say the Wildcats. I mean, I don't know. I would take my chances maybe with a zone. I don't know. I know they're good, but we're defensively we're just not being able to. Now that's got to be a foul.
How are you not calling a foul there? Come on. I'm about ready to start yelling down at the officials and saying, "Can you not see?" That's terrible. And then they're going to
call
they're going to call carry. Oh, they can see that, but they can't see Nick Reed right here getting assaulted down the sideline.
Yeah.
If you can't tell my voice, fans, I'm getting ticked off because I'll take a little bit of contact. I'll take that. But you're calling ticky-tack fouls down here, and you are not calling anything.
It's got to be consistent. Just be consistent. That's great.
Well,
there's a travel. And then Ethan Ty.
What are they going to call him?
Oh, and then Ethan just does some of the craziest things. He literally grabbed his arm.
He looked like he's.
But it's like.
Oh, what are they going to call?
They're calling an intentional foul on Ethan because he grabbed his arm, which to me I think is kind of crap.
Wow.
And these guys, again, we saw some poor
officiating against
East Buck.
Carlson's going to ask him, like, what's it about? And Carlson keeps his head. I mean.
It's 10-5, 3:38 left, 16-26. Springville's up. Bryce Wilson's shooting. And there's no way that they've only scored. If we've committed 10 fouls, they've committed 10 fouls
Absolutely.
Too.
Wow.
I mean, and that's the thing is for you, if you're not here and you're listening, and we can be homers because this is our broadcast and we can do what we want. And here's the thing, though, if you're an official and you're going to call those things against Central City, that's all we ask. If you want to call 10 fouls on us, fine, call 10 fouls of all those.
I'm fine with that call.
But then Springville is doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
When Nick's bringing the ball up, there's reach and everything else. So the Orioles
get the ball back. Let alone Trey Orcutt.
Yeah, Orcutt's getting.
Kopis with the bucket. Man, the Wildcats are just we're not scoring, and they're on fire.
And we're turning it over, and we're not getting any calls.
Draven Silver gets the ball here at the wing, so we got a couple extra
Wildcats got to get
guys
organized, and they can score down here.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to do here, the Wildcats are really being pushed around defensively, and controlling the ball is going to be part of this. And, Springville's defense, they're playing hard. Reed takes it and drives himself, and heck of a shot, left-handed layup off the glass.
18-29 with 3 minutes to go. Menster's going to come in, and they're going to take it to the hole, and he's shot, and that's not a
Nick gets drilled, and Kopis
that's
yelling
got
at him.
To be a
How's that a technical?
That's got to be intimidating
right there. You
and
can't
scream at it. They can't do that.
That's a T. That's a T right there. You can't say that.
These officials.
And
there's
Coach
a nice
Merritt
cut.
knows that. Yes.
There's a cut.
Marshall
and a basket
wide
by
open.
Marshall Vandevet. Nice cut on that out-of-bounds play. The ball got blocked out of bounds. Now Alex Kopis from the top of the key.
Kopis can't leave him open,
Nope.
Karth. He could shoot it.
Yep.
So Nick Reed's going to take the ball. He's got 2 guys on him, both Kopis brothers, and he's going to kick it over to Marshall Vandevet, who's wide open. Marshall's thinking about going in. Takes a couple of Euro steps.
That's got to be a block.
No call
Marshall's
on Bryce.
got to take that up stronger, but don't even get me started. Anyway, from the corner, Kyle Kopis, he misses. Keegan with the rebound, gets it to Nick. It's 20-32 with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter here.
Nick Reed's going to walk it across the half-court line. Springville's content with taking it easy. Nick's going to shoot up a 3, no good. Patrick Wade's going to get the rebound. There's a reach by Wegeman, but they're not going to call it, of course.
And then Patrick Wade gets the steal.
Steals, good job, good hustle by Patrick Wade. I think Wildcats just need to slow their offense down. Look for a decent shot. We know what they're going to do. They're going to double or triple team him. Nick's going to kick it over to Draven. Draven's going to have to watch it here because handling the ball is not his forte. Patrick Wade's going to be double teamed up top. He's going to bounce pass over to Keegan Kula with 1:30 left. Keegan's going to take one dribble, pick up his dribble, go down to the corner to Marshall Vandevet.
Marshall's got to look for his shot right there.
Marshall with a nice drive, but he airballs a layup.
He's got to be strong with it and throw it up off the rim. So Rendon gets it to Kopis. There's a skip pass to his brother in the corner, and there's a
Kopis
three-pointer.
for 3 again.
And he's such a hot dog. And I hope there's no
Kopis
Springville
sticks
people.
his tongue out.
Yeah.
Kopis sticks his tongue out.
I have a hard time.
He's pretty excited about him hitting a three-pointer. That's pretty good. I suppose he thinks he's going to have a jersey up here on the wall that he played in the NBA too. He's
right,
got a long ways to go.
We got a minute to go in the second quarter. It's 20-35. You know, we're down by 15, but you know, we get things turned around here. We just need to take care of the basketball and not give them the opportunities. We've had some unfortunate turnovers here, kind of forcing some things off of that press and not getting some calls. I think, you know, we're kind of getting caught up in that.
It's a mix between not getting some calls
and some frustration.
And then us not protecting the basketball with our dribble.
Right,
You know, Carth, it's old school. Get your left arm up when your right hand's dribbling and protect yourself. Now, the only thing is I think if they put their left arm up, they're going to call a charge on us. That kind of feels like that. But I'm not kidding you, folks. Like, I don't get too worked up like I did a little bit ago. Like, it's terrible. I've never seen, like, so blatant swallow your whistle on about 2 or 3 calls from them. You know, and then maybe 2 ticky-tack on. I'm fine with our 10 fouls because we're there. But they should be right there with us.
Right, like right there. That's a foul.
There, he finally called it. And then, of course.
Yeah, then it's like, I didn't foul. That's Wilson. Foul on Bryce Wilson. That's going to be his second foul. Wildcats will get the ball, take it out of bounds. You got it?
Yeah, and I got it. I had a little quick drink there. So Marshall Vandevet's going to walk it over. Grant is guarding. Oh, man, a steal by Wildcats.
And he stepped out of bounds.
Ill-advised pass by Marshall. Oh.
And I'm not sure what happened there. Alex Kopus, and how's that not travel when he was laying on the floor? So Springville got a steal. Now they get Tommy Hagasak in the corner to Kopus. Kopus misses it.
Oh, foul. Yeah, that's going to be a foul.
Yep. Jack Hoagland just checked in. That's going to be a foul on the rebound. Nick's going to go to the line. Finally, I believe, is going to be 1-1. Well,
and Hoagland, you know what I noticed? He clapped his hands like he knew he fouled, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it when you see the kid recognize you.
Versus when some of them who fouled and they're
lift
like,
their hands up. I didn't touch him. Yeah. So Hoagland knew he fouled him, and you know Nick's going to the line here. We'll shoot 1-1. 39 seconds left. We're down 15. Carth, a couple buckets here, or a couple free throws. Get a stop and maybe another bucket. We'll put this within 11. You know, 11 sounds a lot better than 15.
Right.
So Nick front end to 1-1. Nick misses off the back iron. Ethan Ty keeps it alive. Marshall Vandevet sneaks in and gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Ethan Ty for a three-pointer. It's going to be short.
Ethan
rebound by Patrick.
Keeps it, or I'm sorry, Ethan.
Oh, they're going to call jump ball.
Ethan shot it in. Marshall, good hustle, kept it alive, and then Patrick was picking it up, and then they call a jump ball.
Of course they call a jump ball. Patrick Wade gets a rebound underneath
But we
the bucket.
got it.
Yeah.
So it's 29 seconds left. Nick misses his first free throw, but the Wildcats get the ball here, have an opportunity to
Marshall Vandevet is wide open in the corner right now.
Yeah,
three-pointer
right
if you
here.
Look. And there he is. They give it to him. He
But
doesn't shoot it. He drives. Gives it to Nick. 26 seconds left. He's
Nick's
the top of the key, guarded by 2. Hoagland kind of steals it from him, kind of
there's
fouls
a foul.
him.
They're going to call that, and Nick's going to go to the free throw line. Tommy Hagensack, number 32, just picked up his second foul, I believe.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
Maybe not. I thought they called one earlier on him.
No, that's his first, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
So, well, Nick's got to make his free throws.
Nick's doing offense, defense.
Nick's shooting 68%
15
from
points.
the line.
Up 15 points in 20 seconds left in the first half, and he's doing offense, defense.
I know.
God. Just let's get done with it. Your Cats can't play 20 seconds of defense or offense. Give me a break.
He's reading the chart.
Yeah.
So Nick's first free throw is good. So Wildcats down 35-21. Almost wish we missed. Get the ball and shoot a three-pointer here right now. But
we got to play tough D. We can't let Springville
Nick makes his second free throw.
And they just called.
Oh, we got a push on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
They called it on Ethan. Jesus, Ethan. That's Ethan's third foul.
That's his third foul.
And his are stupid fouls.
Well,
like, why would you do
by
that?
the look of Ethan's face, he knows he did it. He's not fighting it.
Ethan just lets his emotions take over. He's got to figure out how to play within his emotions.
Coach Carlson just said to him, he's like, yeah, I know. Well, and this is an emotional game, this one, Springville. You know?
Oh, yeah, I know. But we talked about how we need him on the floor, and I don't think he's scored yet today.
No, I think he's only had 1 or 2 shots, and we really need him.
Yeah.
You know what? He'll come back in the second half.
So Bryce Wilson goes to the free throw line and made the first one here.
Come on, Cats.
And makes the second one.
Makes them both. Here comes
Hagen-Six
back in.
Checking
They're
back
doing
in.
offense, defense.
Yeah. So Patrick Wade's going to pass it in
Goes
here.
into Marshall Vandevet. Marshall's going to cross the half-court line. We got 3-on-1. David in the corner. I was worried he might have traveled. Gives it out to Nick Reed. Clear out near half-court. Heavily guarded by the Springville Orioles, and gives it back to David, back to Nick. Nick's going to pass inside to Patrick Wade. Patrick Wade is blocked, I guess.
Oh, Jesus. God.
They're going to call a block, and Patrick Wade's like,
I know,
he looks the ref like,
down.
I just got shoved to the ground.
Jesus.
These guys like, hey guys, you want me to send your check to Springville address or
No
wherever
doubt. 22 to
37-22. I'm not kidding you guys. This I wouldn't have been if you would have told me without looking at the scoreboard that there were 15 fouls on us and 2 on them. I'd say, oh, that's about right.
Yeah.
So, get a quick drink here. I want to give a shout out to Nextbank.
Yeah.
Here, let me.
Sure.
I'll read the Nextbank. We do appreciate all that Nextbank does. They financially support us in what we're doing here, including the equipment and taking care of us. Nextbank is a financially strong community bank. Invested partnerships help their customers achieve what's next for their financial dreams. Nextbank has 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, and Waterloo. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Well, Karth?
Yeah,
I think I need to get my emotions in check at halftime too, because it's really frustrating to see our kids.
26-10 was the difference in that, and the big thing was, we had some turnovers and like we had some fouls like Ethan, and it's hard. It's easy for us. And I've played. I played basketball, and I'm not Ethan to the extent of Ethan, but I could get pretty emotional sometimes out there. Wanting to win, and part of it is as a player, it's easy to get caught up also in that officiating, and knowing that you're getting hammered and you're getting screwed, basically, that they're not calling stuff. And it is hard sometimes to keep your composure. That's my biggest thing as a coach. And I've played high school and college basketball and softball in high school, and have coached in the high school level. And you can never blame officials, but you want officials who basically are going to come out and not be the focus of the game. The kids are the ones who are busting their butts, working in practice, trying to get stuff done. And then when you've got
Marcus Schellhorn just hit a half-court shot here at halftime.
He gets $5, I think, for that.
Well, and hopefully he gets more from Springville.
Yeah. But anyway, it's hard, it's easy to get. So it's easy for us, like, oh, you got to. But I know myself as a player. And it is frustrating. And as officials, that's all you do ask as a coach is consistency. And, I'm sure over there, Tanner's probably like, hey, man, that's fine. If you're going to call those on Trey, or if you're going to call that, and Ethan has had a couple cheap ones. But,
and I think there's a couple of fouls here and there that,
but be consistent. If you're going to call those reach fouls on us and those things, then call it on them. That's as a coach, no matter what sport it is or whatever, that's all you ask. And for officials who come out and are consciously
aren't
almost
supposed to be part of the game.
Yeah, they aren't. And these officials clearly are part of the game and have had a huge impact. And I think mentally, you can say, well, the Wildcats had some turnovers on the press. Well, yeah, they did. But a part of it is that they're frustrated because when they dribble and get hands on them, and then they maybe just look at the other player and they're getting called for a foul or whatever. So. Coach Carlson's just got to take them into the locker room. They're down 15 points. You can come back. The Iowa women were down 15 points last Sunday against Wisconsin. After the third quarter, they were ahead by 1. But you know what? And look at this game. It was 12-11. It was 12-11, and then it was 10-26.
If we only had a player on our team that could light up the scoreboard.
Yeah, really.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
So we're never out of it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And the thing is, I'll tell you one thing.
We just need
one thing that we can control is that our defense has let them be open.
Yeah.
And I'll give Springville credit. They've hit shots.
Yeah, they have.
They've knocked down
and
threes,
I think our
and
defense,
we haven't.
Defensively, we haven't played as good defensively because we've let ourselves kind of get caught up in some of that, and we haven't gotten back and things like that.
Well, we should be down in this game.
Yeah.
We should be down. We should be down 15.
Oh, Marcus almost made another one.
I need to get
He's
in there,
got his sunglasses on. He couldn't see. You're right. Our defense, play better defense because we have given up some three-pointers. and some easy, I feel like, backdoor buckets that where we've gotten either not lost track of what defense we're playing or who we're defending or what the case, or like not talking on defense. And those are some little things that can happen when you are frustrated and when, that kind of stuff. So,
well, and I think here's what my prediction is, knowing Carlson the way he is, he'll make some adjustments at halftime with our offense. Our defense, he'll harp on them, like us giving up 37. I think we average what do we give up on defense a game? I'll tell you what, we're well above our average right now.
That.
Our defensive average for points, I feel like, is,
well, we average 57. I don't know defensively.
I think he told me somewhere around 30, 40 points is what we give up a game.
A lot of our games are low scoring, but then on the other hand,
because of our defense.
Springville's averaging 70 points a game.
Yeah.
So
which they're right at their average.
Right. Yeah. And unfortunately,
and our defense is not
we
doing
haven't
the job.
right. We haven't done the job that we need to do.
Yeah.
So get your composure. Hopefully, the officiating comes out. It's a little better in the second half, and they're just being consistent with us. And Nick's got to just be strong. He's missed some shots. And I know it's tough, but, just going to be strong, really, really take it up aggressively at the rim and make the officials almost call that, call a foul. Because a lot of times if you if you go up soft like Marshall did, then they're not going to call that. If Marshall takes that up and takes it up strong, maybe they do call that.
Well, so I think some of the area that we're having troubles with is not at the backcourt. We're fine in the backcourt. Once we cross the half-court line, between the half-court line and the three-point line, that's where we're having
struggling.
our troubles.
Yeah, because they're extending us.
Yeah,
a bit.
And I think, too, what happens in that area, as a ball handler, you have to change your angles of your dribble. So what happens is you get across that half-court line, and now all of a sudden drop down low or come up high, and we're not. And they're hitting the ball from behind us because we're not protecting the ball.
I'd like to see us maybe, if they're going to spread us out like that, get somebody in maybe the 3-point line there in the middle or the free throw line there.
Yeah.
And because that's that weak spot. You talked about it in the girls' game in that zone. And the same thing on a box. If you spread everybody out and you got Nick, one or sometimes two people on Nick, let's look to get maybe Keegan or somebody there that can turn, and then maybe bring the defense in and then kick it out to like Ethan or Marshall, or maybe Nick can somehow get open for some easier looks like that.
Yep, I agree, and I think they will. They'll do something. One thing I really liked in that first quarter, Garth, Trey Orcutt and who else I see? Patrick Wade were doing a good job of getting to the rim. Ethan, that's not a strength of his game. He's more of a spot-up shooter. He doesn't like to take it to the rim.
Right.
Marshall does.
Yeah, Marshall will.
And Marshall
Patrick
did in the
can
second
do
quarter.
either. Patrick's another one who could either stay out there
Patrick
or can
and
drive.
Trey
Maybe Patrick's the one you put at the elbow because he could turn and he could shoot from that area, or he can drive and then he can kick. And he would be a good one to have potentially in that area,
So if we look at the stats, looking up at the board, Nick's got 12. And then from there, I know Trey's not up there, but I think Orcutt's got 6.
Yep.
That was a big half for him. And then defensively, I'm keeping track of the rebounds. Nick doing a great job on the boards. He's got 11 defensive rebounds, but he's only got 1 offensive rebound.
He hasn't really.
But our offense, to be honest with you, we haven't even been able to get into it because they're getting that steal.
Yep. And that's where I think maybe we need to look, like I said, get somebody there in the middle.
What's interesting, though, is they're not getting transition layups.
No, and that's
they're
one thing is we talked about.
We're getting back on D.
Yeah, that really, to be honest, our defense hasn't been stellar, but we haven't let Springville score in transition.
No. They've maybe had 3 buckets in transition.
They've passed it 2, 3, 4 times probably before they've, knocked down shots.
They're hitting from behind. They're knocking us down.
Right.
I mean, there's probably 5 times that our guys, they got steal. Well, I'll put air quotes around steals.
Yeah.
So there's 5 more times that there's a lot of contact that you're like, hey, what are you doing? So 2:40 left here. We're upstairs. I actually kind of like this.
Yeah, except for there's nothing to write on.
Yeah.
We have the best setup.
We do.
I mean, we have a table, and even though we're by the crowd, you really can't. It's not really too bad. I don't mind this up here. It is kind of nice not being around the crowd, but you don't have anything to write on. I guess we could have pulled the table here in front of us.
No, I like standing. You know, the good thing is they got the scoreboard.
Yeah, they do have a scoreboard that does have the points on it.
So we don't really have to do that, but then I keep track of rebounds because I know Nick, and he has 3 blocks, and he's probably altered 2 or 3 more shots.
We'll do here we've got about a minute, just under 2 minutes here, a minute and a half before the third quarter starts. And again, we want to give a shout out to Next Bank. From your first checking account to your first car, first mortgage, to retirement, and all the money matters in between. Next Bank people relate because they're your people. They're in your community, sitting beside you at the kids' games, working local fundraisers, and shooting the breeze at the grocery store. Start building the banking relationship of a lifetime with Next Bank, conveniently located in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, and Coralville, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And I don't have my little cards over there, and I don't think I can get to it, but we just like to talk about Next Bank. And not only do they support the Wildcat YouTube channel, but they also do a lot of other things for the school. I know they help. They have an ad.
Students in need.
Yep, students in need. They help with the yearbook. They help with post-prom. They help with.
They do food for staff.
Yep.
In the
spring and the fall.
In the spring.
They give us a meal. They they do all of our programs for us.
They're kind of like the Superman
and they help the PTO with, again, the Kids in Needs program. So they don't just do the Wildcat Sports channel, which we really do appreciate their funding for that, and we will give them shout out after shout out.
Yep.
But it's just a great partnership that we have with them, and the things that they do for the school that it's good for our schools, and we just appreciate Next Bank and love working with them in all the different ways that they do.
Most of the time I like doing this. Tonight I don't. Tonight I'm a little surly right now, Carthen.
You're a little sassy.
I am sassy. And, last night we were texting Cronin's because Forrest.
Yeah, but you and I are homers, and
we are homers.
And
you know what? I am not sorry for that.
It's the Wildcat. It's
Absolutely.
the Wildcat Sports
we'll call
channel,
it like we see it.
And we're gonna talk up the Wildcats. And
and I want to give a shout out.
We got some people listening.
Carter and Cooper.
Yeah, Carter and Cooper.
They're at home tonight, which I'm glad they're not here because they're here. They'd see their dad's face getting red and wanting to yell at the refs. I about came over this railing that one time. I started yelling at the ref like I forgot. And fan is short for fanatic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a fanatic, but anyway, so Springville starts out with the ball, 37-22.
And they're going to go right inside. There's a cut to Wilson. Wilson kicks it back out to Kopis on the left baseline.
That's out of bounds.
Yeah, that hit the top of the rim, or the backboard.
Rebound.
So, Nick's got the rebound, and we got to look right here.
He continues to have bodies on him, and he's dribbling between defense.
But
he's a little out of control.
Yeah, that was out of control. That should be. He needs to give it up. I think when he split the defender up here. He had two guys.
Once you split the defender, it's 4-on-2.
He's got to look to kick that.
I agree. Trey Orcutt with the pump fake out of bounds, inbounds.
Wildcats start with the same starters from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you got
just
Trey
letting
Orcutt,
people
Patrick
know.
Wade, Ethan Ty.
Ethan, there we go.
Keegan
Come
Kula,
on, Ethan.
E-Boogie in the corner. I don't like that corner shot. I'd like a wing shot a little more. One thing in our offense, he's down in that corner. That's a tough shot to hit.
Yeah, it is. So we got Menster, who gives it to Rendon Weigeman at the top of the key. He gets it to Kopis in the corner, swinging it around. It's over to Wilson, and then there's a cut by Kopis.
He's wide open. Oh, he missed
the layup, and the Wildcats were fighting over it.
Nick with the rebound, and that two guys all over him. Kopis is giving a lot of chest. Reed bounces over top of one guy and a little floater. Good.
Yep.
14 for Nick.
So Alex Kopis in the front court. Dribble between his leg, handoff to his brother Kyle. Kyle handoffs to Menster. Menster goes in, double clutch, pump fake, nothing there.
Call foul on Menster.
And
please tell me that's a foul on Menster.
Nope. Yep.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
What
so
happened?
the first foul of the game of the second half goes against the Springville.
He felt bad.
Yeah, I know. It's
that
like
guy went in at halftime
better.
and he reflected on his first half performance.
So
Good job, buddy.
Menster's second foul.
That wasn't a good pass.
Yeah. We're trying to make too tough of a pass on that, so we got to slow down.
But the good news is they missed the shot.
Yeah, and they're going to call a foul.
Here we go.
Yep.
Karth,
That's going to be.
I think they listen to us.
Copus's, and it's 21. And here's my thing. Well, there's 21, and that's his second foul. So Copus has got 2 fouls. So that's 2 quick team fouls for the Orioles. And we get Trey Orcutt in the front court. Wildcats can't have those turnovers against that press.
No, they can't. Nick's being smart there. He passed it
there
to Keegan. Keegan with he's threw it away.
He telegraphed it. And there's a shot by Wagaman. I think Nick got a piece of that.
Nick did get a little bit of a block, and he kicks it over to Trey, who bounce passes kind of at Nick's ankles, and there was a foul on Trey. They could have called that easy. But Menster
goes up, misses the layup. Wagaman goes up to get the rebound, had it dead to rights, and knocked it right. He just went out of bounds.
Well, and Coach Carlson just looked at Keegan and said, hey, slow it down.
Owen says that a college coach would have taken a tee by now. I don't know, Owen. I might have taken a tee when I was coaching.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Owen, what I'm proud of Carlson is he maintains his composure, and at the end of the day, that's how you get the respect of the refs.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because otherwise.
Now, he's been on them. He's asked them.
Right, and now they've come out, and there's a foul on Wagaman now.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls against Springville, 0 on us. So Nick Reed with the ball, comes up top of the key, knocks down a three-pointer. Right in the face of 2 Orioles.
Here we go. It's a 10-point game, Wildcat fans. We got Menster. Wilson's got it. He looks at the cutting Orioles, gets it to Copus. Copus is going to drive and goes, and they're going to call that. And there's no way.
It's not NBA.
If they call that on Patrick Wade, that cannot be.
They're going to call it on Ethan Ty, I believe.
Yep, and that's Ethan's 4th. Now that technically.
They called him on the foul on the first dribble. He took another dribble in 2 steps, and they called it and 1.
Yeah, Ethan's just having a bad. I mean, we need him on the floor.
That's a 4th foul on him, and. You
got to move your feet. If you're going to play man-to-man, that's the one thing I will say for the Wildcats, and we do get called for some of those reaches. And sometimes we've gotten away with it with officials that haven't called it. You got to move your feet and keep your body between you and the basket.
Yeah, Copus makes the free throw,
so
a 3-point play, 40-27, Wildcats down.
We need Marshall to step up here. And
Trey Orcutt comes across half-court line, gives it to Nick Reed. Nick Reed's double-teamed, a lot of hands. Nick at the wing kicks it to the top of the key to Keegan Kula. They're really pushing the Wildcats out past 3-point line, and that's definitely going to be a foul on Copus.
And here's the thing with these officials. If you're going to make a call, make a call. Here, did you see what the official did? He stood there and he goes,
yeah.
Have some gumption, and if you're going to make the call, sell it.
That's the 3rd one on Copus. So.
Yeah, so that's 3 on Copus.
Patrick Wade gets the ball in the inbounds. Keegan Kula at the top of the key.
Keegan
with the wild pass, one hand, it's stolen.
Quit doing that.
Springville's got 3-on-1, and Nick Reed swats him.
Are they going to call that on Nick, or?
They're going to call Nick with the foul. Nick came from behind and swatted him.
Yeah, I think that should have been.
Hold on, now he's pointing it.
Oh, he hit him in the head.
He said he hit him in the head.
And here's the thing is that should have been probably on.
But the official right there, you could tell the official's sensitive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just like the other night. They're going to start teeing him up.
We need to get this guy some tissues.
Yeah.
Because he looked real sensitive when we asked a question.
Yeah. It should have almost been on Keegan.
It was on Keegan if you're going to call a foul. Nick blocked it clear up by the rim.
So Wagaman goes in. Or he doesn't go. He goes to the free throw line and knocks his first shot down. So it's 41-27 with 4:42. We got Nick's with three fouls. Trey Orcutt's got 3 fouls. Nick's got 17 points. Kyle Copus has got 3 fouls. And there's
big
a rebound
by Reed. Yep. He's going to take it all himself. He's going to go down and a little 15-footer. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound Springville.
Yep. Hagensack gets the rebound, brings it up into the front court.
There's a carry.
And he gets it to Wilson. Wilson over to Alex Copus. Alex thinks about it, dribbles, and hits Patrick
Wade. He's going to go down and go take it. Take it yourself.
Yep.
Kicks out to Trey Orcutt for 3. No good. Rebound Marshall Vandevet deep. Back to Patrick Wade. Patrick's going to drive in.
Take it.
Little jump shot. They're going to call us.
There's no way that's not a foul. And Nick alters Bryce Wilson's
Nick
shot.
But he gets the rebound, and Nick's going to take it himself, and there's a lot of body. Kopus was thinking about taking it.
Well, Kopus has got three, but they know.
Wide open three-pointer,
we just can't get anything to drop.
That's not Trey's thing.
No, that's not really. He needs to make a pass maybe. So we got a helter-skelter game here. Springville's got the ball this time, and there's Alex Kopus with a little shot from inside the elbow.
43-27, Wildcats with the ball.
Wildcats had things going there for a minute, but
Vandevet pass over to Orcutt.
You got to give it up.
Kopus all over him.
There's a foul.
Haggensack is going to called with a foul on Marshall Vandevet. 3:29 left, third period, 43-27.
That's the fourth foul. Is that the fourth foul or the fifth foul? We'll see. I don't know if I'm looking.
That is the fifth team foul.
I think it's going to be the fifth. Yeah, because Haggensack should have. They don't even know who they called it on.
Yeah, they're trying to double check. Gretchen's
it was 32. White.
Gretchen Eastman, she's a math teacher.
Yeah, there
I
you
like
go.
Gretchen.
Haggensack with his second foul, and it's a 15 foul for the Orioles.
Trey Orcutt's going to walk it over the line. He's going to take it right down the middle of the lane, untouched. Hard off the backboard. Can't get it in. That looked like it was in.
Yeah. So Orioles in the front court, we got Bryce Wilson who launches up a three, and it's no good, but rebounded by Kyle Kopus.
Kopus yelling in the face of Reed. Like, I don't know if these refs don't hear him or see him, but that's taunting. Reed takes it in, a lot of contact, no good.
And see, right there, Nick's falling away, though. He's not making the officials. He's got to go up a little stronger like that and force the officials to make the call. Haggensack thinks about it, and he's going to drive against Warrington. He kind of throws up a little hook.
Rebound, Nick Reed.
And they're going to get Wagaman hitting Nick in the head that time.
Yeah,
so
this is that same ref that called the foul. I mean, hey, we'll take it.
I could have swore Wagaman had a foul earlier, but I guess must have given it to somebody else. So that's.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he did, but that's his first foul. So that's a 6-team foul. So the next foul, Wildcats are going to go to the free throw line. But you know what?
Here's
the thing. I'll say this too. Okay, great. We've got 16 fouls, Springville's got 16 fouls, and it's 6-2 this half. I hate that when officials do that. You cannot tell me one team in the first half fouls 10 times, and the other team fouls 5 or 3 or 2 or 1 times, and then you come out the second half, and then that team that fouled 10 times, all of a sudden they never foul, and the team that only fouled twice, they're all playing the same exact. So that's what I'm saying is.
You know what it is? Carlson, I'm telling you, I believe.
Oh, yeah, no, but
Carlson
you see it all the time.
Freaking out on them.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then he talks to him and says, hey, I want you to look at this. And
but here's the thing. Why do we even net that? Call the game consistently, and you don't have to worry about that. That's all I'm saying. Because if you called it consistent in the first half, you wouldn't have to worry about it in the second half.
Yeah, I know. And, it's 45-27. Wildcat ball.
Yep, we need to make a run here.
We're gonna need to get this within 12 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't be having this kind of going into the fourth quarter. So Nick Reed guarded heavily by Kopus, another Kopus. He splits them, little floater in the middle, air ball.
Well, Nick's kind of got some in his head. He's just not going up strong. He needs to pull up right there. When you got 2, he can knock that shot down from 5 feet in front of the rim. There's Kyle Kopus goes in with a bank shot.
Big shot over Reed.
Yep.
Wildcats down 20 right now. This is dangerous zone. Patrick Wade gets the ball across half court, takes it down low, and he stops. He kicks it back out to Trey Orcutt. Nice pump fake by Trey, but the ball almost stolen. Bounce pass into Nick Reed. Nick Reed's going to back his guy down. A little jumper, no good. That's Nick's money shot, and it's just not falling.
That's not a foul right there. I mean, he's got to be able to.
No, that was good defense.
Yep, he's got to be able to make that. That's where Nick's just got to work on that. I think sometimes he's just too finesse instead of taking up strong like that. So Kopus has the ball. Skip cast over to Grant Glockner. Grant.
Rebound, Nick Reed.
Shoots, misses, rebound by Nick.
Reed's going to push it. He has Marshall Vandevet underneath the basket, but he doesn't shoot. He shoots a 3 and short and misses, and Carlson kind of slaps his hands. I think he wants Nick to run a little bit of offense.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those shots that if it makes it, great. Unfortunately, he missed it, and it's like, ah. So Alex Kopus dribbles up to about the elbow and pulls up for the shot. And
Nick looks deep to Marshall Vandevet, wide open for a layup.
Yeah,
good. Attaboy, Marshall Vandevet.
So it's 47-29.
Wildcats down still, Carth. And Springville, if they're smart, you think Coach Meyer is going to say, let's run clock, which I don't blame him. I don't like it, but I don't blame him.
Right. So you got under a minute, 29:47. Orioles, Bryce Wilson's holding the ball. He gets it over to Rendon Wagaman, and he almost throws it away. Gets it to Alex Kopis, and then he gets it to Kyle in the baseline in the corner there. And Kyle just takes it in, and that's where somebody needs to take a charge. Kyle's got 3 fouls himself. So with 40 seconds left, you've got people falling all over the place. Nick's going to come in.
Basically going the length
and
of the
that's
court.
got to be a foul on Grant.
Call foul. Oh, they're going to call it out of bounds.
Jeez.
Grant tried taking a charge and a lot of contact.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be.
I thought they were going to call a charge. Yeah. And then they didn't even call a foul, and the ball goes out of bounds. Well, and Grant's shaking his hand. You got run over. Well, how do you not call anything there?
So there's
the inbounds to Reed.
There's a foul
over the back.
Rendon. Yeah, there we go. But see, that same stuff, Rendon, and I'll give, I'll say it for the Springville guys. They're, shaking their head.
They're being aggressive.
They got away with it in the first half, and now they're, that's what I'm saying. If the officials call a tight game in the first quarter, and if you're going to call reach, call it on both teams. If you're going to, if people are taking it in and are getting hacked, call it. Then the players know how to play, too, You can't just turn it. Well, this is the way we're going to get back. Nick's got to be able to score. He knocked
the first one down, so there's a start. 49-30. We need the second one here.
He's got 18 points. We're going to need to get to the free throw line, but we need to get Nick going there.
Second one he rattles in is good. He's got 19 on the night. 30 seconds left. 49-31. Cats down.
Yep. We need to have somebody step up. So the Orioles are playing here potentially for the last shot. Got Kopis out here almost by half court, right in the middle of the floor. He's dribbling. He gets it over to Wilson, who's over in the left.
Be nice sometimes here when you go slow, we could get a steal.
Yeah,
and a layup.
That'd be great. And Alex Kopis is dribbling behind the back between the legs. He dumps it off to Grant. Grant misses more tips, and then they're going to call foul. How do you get fouled? So you tell me that that's a foul on those tips. There was hardly any contact on anybody, but yet there's all the body. Like, I don't want him to call a foul on Grant, but Grant tries, is ridiculous.
Yeah, he got in his way. And
they called that.
They ran into each other.
Yeah, they call a foul on that. That was not. There wasn't even hardly any contact. This is Alex. And the free throw line
misses the first one.
Misses the first one.
That's good.
So it's just inconsistent calls. And here's the other thing is again out here at half court is the guy who made that call underneath.
Yeah.
For what do you think the guy underneath the basket's looking at?
How many times I've seen that in high school basketball? The guy at half court calls it under him.
I hate that.
Second free throw is good. 2.7 left. Keegan's going to inbounds. He's going to throw a baseball pass to Nick Reed at the half court. He's going to go up at three-point off the backboard and good.
Count
Nick Reed off the backboard from three. Big shot.
Maybe that'll be a spark here for the Wildcat.
50-34 going into the fourth quarter. I'll tell you what, though, Carth, 16 is tough.
Yeah. And we didn't
really wanted to get within 12, 13, but you know what? We can do it with our defense. That's what's going to have to do it.
Yep.
So Wildcats down by 16 here. Hopefully we got a little pride in us to say, hey, let's see what we can do. You know how you win and come back from 16? One basket at a time.
Well, and we talked about they had to come out, and we just played even with them. They scored 13 points, and realistically we had 9 until that three-pointer, so it ended up with 12. So, that's when you're down like that, you got to, like you said, you got to cut into the lead. We were down by 15. And you would like to see that maybe be like a 9-point game at the end of the third quarter. Something like that.
One stat as I'm sitting and looking at my stat sheet, Nick Reed has 1 offensive rebound.
Yeah, we aren't doing anything.
Which means we're not running any offense.
Right.
Or if we are running offense,
and if he's shooting,
he's not
and a lot of times, you and I kidded about it the other night. One time, remember, he shot it and he got his own rebound like 3 times. Shot,
like
miss, shot, miss, shot, miss. Yeah, we're talking about it. He hasn't done that at all, and you have to give credit to the.
Springville's doing a good job of boxing them out.
So athletic, that's what happened. So the Wildcats.
There's a lot of contact. Trey Orca basically gets shouldered by Kopis, and they don't call anything. Trey's dribbling around, kicks it out to Ethan Ty in the corner. Ethan thinks about shooting it, kicks it over to three-pointer to Keegan Kula.
Keegan,
good three-pointer, Keegan Kula.
Back-to-back three-pointers for the Wildcats.
50 to 37.
Here we come.
Here we come. The comeback Cats, Garth.
The Wildcats stay in their man-to-man. Wegeman looking. He hits a cutting.
We can't let him get
Copus
inside.
And there's 2 points. Just
Nick Reed's going to dribble across half-court line. He's basically dribbling through 4 guys. Shoots a deep three-pointer.
There
it's
it
good.
Is.
Oh, wow.
3 threes in a row, 40-52.
Wow. Nick
Well,
Reed
we
with
got the
25.
defense. We got to play defense here. We got to get some stops, And if Springville misses, we've got to make sure we get a rebound. So Bryce Wilson has the ball at the top of the key over to Kyle Copus, back to Wilson at the top of the key, and there's a cutting Rendon Wagman in there. It's too
that was
easy,
a nice
too
pick.
easy.
They run basically a pick offense
Right.
and flex.
And the guys need to talk and either switch or whatever. So Trey Orcutt,
Absolutely.
There's a kick.
And
Trey Orcutt had a 2-on-1 with Keegan, or with David
heck
Orcutt.
of a job of breaking the press, and then Trey Orcutt has the ball, and we got 2-on-1. And you know what? He did everything right, except he passed the ball a little quick.
Yeah.
So Bryce Wilson kicks the ball if he waits just a half a second more.
Right.
Keegan Kula has the ball underneath.
Come on,
kicks
Ethan.
it out to Ethan Ty.
Ooh,
Ty, no good,
Ethan's
gets
just
his
a
own
little-
rebound.
There's a
reaches
hack.
over the top.
Bryce Wilson, and now the Wildcats will be at the free
Wildcats should be shooting free throws here, Cards.
So it's 40-54 at 6:43 to go. That's Wilson's 3rd free throw.
Ethan Ty is shooting 53% from the line, which I'm surprised
You're
about
right,
that.
Keith. Turnovers are hurting us.
Yeah, turnovers and
Yep,
we
turnovers are really, take everything aside. Really, the turnovers have been really the difference. Yeah,
that's the world, and that's Springville's game.
Right,
they're trying
press.
to press us. Ethan makes both free throws.
Yeah.
Great job. Doesn't look like a 53% shooter right there.
42-54 here. Wildcats need to D it up and take care of the basketball.
Absolutely.
So let's see what we can do.
Get it within a 10-point game here, Carth.
They just got to – I'd like to see him just switch. I mean, got it.
You left him wide open. That's going to be a foul on Keegan.
And, right there, you either got to know are you staying with him or are you switching. I mean, that's just bad defense. We got to communicate a little better. I don't know. And realistically, we might as well switch between Ethan and Patrick. It's not like the guys they're defending are, that much different.
Yep.
So, it's just a matter of communication. Now Springville gets another chance. There's going to be a drive by, and then where do they call that? Why are we pushing when they shoot like that?
I don't know, but that was a heck of,
away.
I'll tell you what, Wegeman, that was a nice move by him.
They call that on Patrick Wade. Just get away and get your hands up and get out of the way. Now he's going to get a chance.
If you're going to foul him like that, don't let him make it.
Well, and the thing is there's no way you cannot let him make it when he's jumped up like that already.
It's like you kind of foul him. And
yeah.
Wegeman makes the free throw.
So
there's a 3-point play.
So just like that, it's back to 15 points. So Wildcats can't do those things. They got to be smart.
Springville backs off and runs a half-court trap with Reed, and Reed comes across half-court line, gives to Trey Orcutt. Trey drives in. Nice drive.
Oh, dang
He's fouled on the shot.
But he couldn't get it to drop.
And kind of off the back iron.
Hit the back of the rim.
Not hard though. He had a nice little touch.
I thought that was going
the backboard
in.
there, he goes in.
I thought it was going in.
They do this little flip shot where they're trying to swish it.
Yeah.
Use the back.
Yep. It's your friend. Cody and I were talking about that. The backboard is your friend.
Yeah. So Orcutt makes his first free throw. The bank board. Orcutt's first free throw is good. He's got 7 on the night. He's got his average by a couple. His second free throw, no good. Rebound, Springville.
Yep, with the rebound and bringing it up for the Orioles. Being picked up by Keegan, and there's a pick. They get it up. The Orioles are probably going to, they're just spreading it out, and they're doing some backdoor cuts and some picks off the ball there. Wilson gets it to Kyle Copus, and Kyle's being defended by Nick Reed. Nick going for the steal, almost had it. There's a cut. And then there's, and I thought he was going to pass it, but Alex Copus shoots it and misses, here we go.
Great rebound by Patrick Wade. Hands it off to Reed. Reed's going to take it himself, splitting the defenders again, basically against 5 guys. And Reed with the floater down the middle.
Timeout.
Timeout, Cats.
Yep, timeout, Cats. So we got 5:37 left.
Down 12.
Down 12. You never know. A couple of those 3-pointers, and that lead's going to go away fast. Nick's got 27, and then is that Trey?
Trey Orcutt.
Trey's got 7.
Yep.
And
Trey averages 5. No, my bad. 4.6.
And we haven't gotten any help with Ethan had a couple free throws, I think. But Ethan hasn't, Ethan's just right at under 10 points a game.
Yeah, we're
struggling
with our ball control. And, I bet a majority of our turnovers are either
on that press.
Keegan's thrown that pass. It's stolen like 3 or 4 times, one-hander. Ethan and Marshall have a couple. And then Nick he probably has 6, 7 turnovers from contact and just trying to dribble through defenders. And so I think the the blame, if you want to put it, for turnovers is spread out evenly across everybody.
Yeah, yeah. So
we do need to control the ball.
So we got 5:37 left, 45-57. Wildcats are down by 12. Got it to a 12-point game here.
You know, the vibe here, Karth, is very like, I think Springville's a little nervous. They don't feel comfortable with their lead right now.
Right.
Wildcats aren't, I wouldn't say that they're like, oh, God, here they come. But the Wildcat energy has been really high the last 3 minutes.
So we got Wildcats in a little full court press here. Get it into the front court, the Orioles do, and Kopis has it. Gets it down to the corner to Rendon Wagaman for a three-point.
Wagaman wide open.
Yep, again. And it's man-to-man. You got to know where your guys are
Keegan
here.
was clear crossed.
That's a body.
Yeah, and Kopis is trying to flop.
And the thing is like if I'm Springville, I'm like, why? Why are we doing that stuff?
Dude, he's out on the Birds beat. Yeah. That's 32 feet from
First of all, it's your fourth foul.
Yeah.
It's the 10th team foul now. So now Wildcats are shooting 2 times. And I'm just playing devil's advocate as from the Springvilles. Why foul? You don't need to foul. You're up by, you just hit that big 3-pointer. You're up by 15 points. Why give? This is the way we need to get back in the game.
Except Nick missed the first one.
And he missed the second one.
Man.
Yeah, he's
struggling from the line.
A little bit, yeah.
So Springville's got the ball. 5 minutes left. 60-45.
Those
We're still in
misses.
this.
Yeah. They give the ball to Hagensack, and he
swatted by Reed.
He takes it in and goes
Patrick
up.
Wade comes away with it. Patrick's got Kopis on him. He's going to try and get the ball to Reed at 35 feet. He's basically at the half-court line. Patrick finally drives it to the hoop, hits Trey Orcutt. Trey with a nice pump fake and a drive.
There we go.
Way to go, Trey Orcutt. Board man gets paid.
We need to get a stop. Oh, and there's bad
baseball
defense.
Pass.
Just not. Keegan's got to get back. He's the back man on that press, and he's.
Kopis looked like a quarterback there.
Yeah, he is.
Nick Reed with a 3-pointer, a deep three, no good.
And
not even anywhere. Oh, how's that not a travel?
Yeah, no kidding.
Ethan Ty with the hustle.
And see, now,
loose ball. Reed comes away with it. Goes up. A lot of contact. Lewis goes down, and they don't call anything.
Nope. And then the Orioles come back, and
Nick Reed gets the ball out front. It's one-on-one. I like his odds here. He's going to take him inside and misses, gets his own rebound, put back. Attaboy.
Yep.
Finally gets an offensive rebound from himself.
Hagensack goes up with the layup and misses, and the Wildcats bring it back. So it's 49-62, under 4 minutes to go now.
We got to play defense, Karth. That's the only way we're going to come and win this game.
And Ethan Ty just fouled out.
Yeah.
And here's one.
He was beat.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, you got to foul there.
Yeah.
You know what the bad thing is about that foul? Those 2 cheaper ones are
because
that right there is a good foul. You got beat. You can't let him have a layup.
And that's not the first time that Ethan's got. No. That's what he's got to learn. He always gets 1 or 2 bad fouls in a game, and then when you
it hurts you now.
Yeah, it hurts you now because now when you do foul, big deal. Okay, so that's your 3rd foul.
I like the foul he did there because he didn't let that kid score. He's like, no. And
so
then
Marshall just muscles Marshall out of the way and goes up for 2. So 49-64. Wildcats down.
Nick passes it in the middle of the lane to Marshall, who kicks out to Patrick and misses the jump shot. Yep. Springville to rebound.
In the front court, Kopis has it, gets it to Bryce Wilson, who's at the top of the key, over to Luke Menster. Back to Bryce. Bryce is going to drive and is steal by
Marshall's going to steal it. They'll have a wide open layup on the other end.
Yeah, there we go.
Attaboy, Marshall. Back within 13, Karth.
Yep, 64-51. We need some magic here.
3 minutes left. 13 points is not unheard of. We can do it.
Alex Kopis in the front court. Bryce Wilson. He's going to dribble it around. He gets it to a cutting Menster. Oh, that's got to be travel.
How's that not
travel? He took like 3 steps. Oh, my God.
A.K.A. travel.
Yes.
But he makes
there's 2 points. So we're not going to be able to come back against stuff like that.
There's Marshall Vandevet in the middle of that defense. I told you in that spot. Keegan kicks over and he gets stolen again.
Keegan's struggling tonight. He's
trying to make a cross-court pass.
Yeah. And
not a good choice.
No,
Oh, no.
What did they say?
Keegan went running over to steal, and they're going to call an intentional foul. And he just went over to just go, what are you?
And that's BS because how many times at the end of the game with under 2 minutes to go do people literally reach and touch him at the waist and don't even go for the ball?
He didn't tackle him. He just went over to get the steal.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. And
he's trying to say he pushed him.
Oh, you know what? I think I might know that official. I don't think it is who
Where's
I thought
he
it
from,
was.
Springville?
No, I don't think it's who. From the side, I thought
Please
it might have been.
tell me he's not from Midland.
No. I don't know where he's from. I don't know him. I thought it might be somebody I know, but it's not. That's BS. Because those intentional fouls, I've seen at the end of the game where players will reach and they won't even come close to the ball, and they just grab them and
Keegan just ran over to
yeah,
try and steal the ball, and
grab the ball.
He just reached around. He didn't even hit him hard.
No.
And Keegan had his back to the basket, and they call it intentional.
Yeah.
So they make the free throws, and then they get the ball back. So
That's
67-51, 2:29 left.
Yep.
Wildcats going to play man, and a wide open layup.
Yep.
So Reed with the ball, 69-51, 2:20 left. Reed's going to be guarded by 16 people. There's the three-pointer, no good. He shoots an ill-advised three.
Yep.
That one's going to be off Wegman.
Yep.
Yeah, good job, Patrick Wade, with a nice hustle.
51-69, 2:11 left.
Fear it's a little bit too late.
Yep.
You know, Nick throwing up that three-pointer with two guys in his face. I'd like to see a three-pointer from maybe Marshall Van de Vet or Patrick Wade.
Yeah.
Marshall with a nice drive and just can't get it. Bounces 3 times off the rim and goes out.
Bryce Wilson with the rebound for the Orioles, gets it to Kyle Kopis. Kyle's going to bring it into the front court, gets it back to Wilson, back to Kopis.
They're going to run some clock.
Yep.
I would imagine they'd run it as long as they can.
And there's
Kopis
a reverse
with an acrobatic
layup.
shot.
Yep. Reverse layup.
He's not sticking his tongue out or anything.
That was his brother. That's the cockier one. And there's a steal by Menster, and then stolen back by
Orcutt. Orcutt's got 11. Nice layup.
Yep.
Orcutt, I'll tell you what.
Trace had a nice game.
Paid, man. He's
got to be a career high, maybe 11 points for him.
It's got to be close to it. We'll have to. I'll tell you, Nick's got 29.
Mm-hmm.
He has not necessarily played that well. In fact, he's got a lot of shots where
he missed a lot of short.
Yeah,
left him short a little bit there.
But you got it. The ball needing to go through his hands, and I think with this game, he's saying, "Give me it out here. I'm going to split the double team," which he's done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But then he takes it on 2-on-1
right.
after he gets.
Well,
through
the bad thing about when teams press like that, unfortunately, it brings Nick out, and he almost has to bring the ball up sometimes just because of the size of our guards there and just their abilities.
Lanes, he can put the ball up high.
A lot of times I know Coach Carlson likes to have him down in the post, even if he's double teamed. Because even if you got a double team on you, if you get him in the post, how are you going to stop that? But unfortunately, he had to play a little further away from the basket. Maybe then, are they going to call that an intentional?
Yeah.
I mean,
David Warrington with the foul.
Jesus.
Well, and I don't understand the two intentional.
I don't understand these officials.
Yeah, they have been. And the crazy thing is we received the benefit at the beginning of this second half, and now look, it's 10-8 again.
Yeah.
And granted, 3 or 4 of them we've tried to, but.
So Bryce Wilson goes to the free throw line, knocks down his first one.
I'll tell you, the score is not going to show how much of a battle it was.
Yeah.
And I can't wait already for when we play them at Central City.
Yeah, we still have to play these guys. That's the thing. As the girls played already for 2 times.
Yep.
So we got a minute 20 to go, and there's going to be a steal.
Kopis is going to steal it from Reed.
And Nick's going to try to block it and just kind of lets him do a reverse
Kopis
layup.
with a reverse layup. So they're still going to run basically a half-court press on Nick with double team, and Nick's going to pass it across the court to Trey Orcutt. Orcutt's going to drive and put up a shot.
Oh, he misses it.
It's kind of ugly. He didn't even hit rim, or it wasn't an air ball, but it didn't feel like it hit anything.
Yeah.
Well, Karth, I don't know what to tell you. We definitely took ourselves out of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put this on the officials.
No.
It was we made mistakes.
Yep.
It didn't help with some of the calls, but we reaped the benefit of the calls, and then you know what? We didn't take care of the ball.
In the third quarter, really, Springville came out and missed their first few shots. We just weren't able to take advantage of that either. We weren't able to really, besides Trey, we weren't really able to get any other Wildcat consistently in the offense.
Yeah. And I think the way this kind of ended, Springville's not gonna think, man, we're gonna go to Central City and destroy them.
Yeah.
I think they recognize what they did here tonight, was good. You can tell they were. I think their emotions early. You notice they came out of the half, and you didn't see all that cockiness that you saw in the first half. So I don't know if Coach Merritt isn't the type of guy that allow that. He doesn't want them to be cocky, and I think they were amped up.
Yeah.
Because they thought, oh, you think you're going to beat us?
Yeah, yeah.
Which we did not come out with that kind of fire.
Yeah, 75-53.
So 75-53 unofficially. I've got Nick Reed with 19 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, and 5 blocks. So along with 29 points. So I got 29 points. I got 21 rebounds. And I got 5 blocks for Nick. And, you know, the big part of the game, I think, that was huge, I really liked Trey Orcutt tonight. He had 11 points. He worked hard on defense. You know, he did all the things that if you throw in 6 points from Ethan or 6 points from Marshall and get Patrick Wade another 8 and then us play defense like we should.
Right.
Because Springville got their average.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so did we.
Yeah.
So the offense
71 points. Actually, they got a little over their average, 71.
And we scored 57, which is what.
But we knew, you know, coming in, you know, as I'm sure
what was
Coach
the final
Carson,
score there?
It was 75-53. You know, you're looking maybe to get your average or a little over your average, but you know you've got to keep. I don't think Tanner thinks he can win if Springville scored 70 points.
Yeah, I know. If he said Springville scored 70, he's going to be like, we lost.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of it, like you said, you know, like I said, you can't, you know, the officiating was a little crazy there, and I don't want anybody to think that we blame it totally on them.
No, I just thought it made the game sloppy, and we didn't overcome
our guys got kind of caught up in that. We lost our composure a little bit, kind of got some silly fouls, kind of lost our track on focus on defense there in that second quarter. I mean, the second quarter was a killer, 26-10.
Yeah.
You know,
and
then everything else,
losing by 16 points in one quarter it's tough to overcome.
And we just, you know, Nick, you know, struggled a little bit from the field. Yeah, was he getting bodied? Maybe, but you know what? He's been facing that since he was a sophomore.
And he's been
double
teamed, which means somebody's open.
Yeah, and so we just like you said, you know, we lost. We just were that press hurt us there in the second quarter. And that was, you know, kind of came out to be the difference of the game, really. But on the positive note is now the girls are done. The Springville girls and the Central City girls played the first game of the season the week before the boys start because there's always that week difference there.
And we were supposed to play these guys at Kennedy High School.
Yeah, that was
Saturday.
This
game.
This game.
Oh, so we moved it to here.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We were supposed to play them at a neutral court, which would have almost maybe been to our advantage to play at Kennedy just to see what that would have been like, you know. But the game on Saturday got canceled. It was supposed to be like kind of a highlight, you know, game.
But now we're going to play.
And so we played. So we played this game here. They just moved it to the home game. They had taken away basically a home game for the Springville guys. But anyway. But the good news is, to end out the season, Springville has to come to our house. And it'll be interesting. It'll be another good game. So anyway, this kind of a recap here before we check out tonight. Again, apologize for not getting that first part of the girls' game. But they went down.
Good job to you, Parth, at figuring out the tech, because otherwise this wouldn't even happen.
So it was 49-32. Wildcats fall to the Springville Orioles there in the girls' game. Sarah Reed and Emma Fritcher both with 11 points. They were the leading scorers for the Wildcats. And then for the boys, as we just mentioned, 75-53, kind of struggled there. Nick Reed ended up with 29 and Trey Orcutt with 11. And so that potentially probably could be a career high for Trey. So anyway, we're just, again, I want to, for my partner, Jason McLaughlin, I'm Cindy McCarthy, and we just want to thank everybody for listening tonight. It's broadcast, and we'll be back. I'll be back. I'm not sure who's going to be broadcasting with me on Friday night.
Oh, against Albernet.
Yeah. That should be a good contest, too. The Wildcats went there and lost a tough one, and the boys and girls both lost tough games, and so I'm really looking forward to that matchup there. So, anyway, I'll be back on air on Friday. And, again, the tip-off against Albernet will be at 6 o'clock. So
we'll see you on Friday, and
go
Cats.